Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm still an Arsenal fan, hanging on a thread, but I'm still an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Robin, a Manchester United fan.
Bruno. Fantastic weekend of football, boys, don't you think? I know that everyone else had a fantastic weekend. I had a fantastic weekend, and I'm here to join with all you guys. Let's do this.
I'm joined by A Dizzle, a Liverpool fan.
Mo Salah, running down the wing.
And I'm joined by Oscar, European champion, two-time European champion.
We know what we are. Champions of Europe, we know what we are. Champions of Europe again this week, guys. Again this week. 2 trophies on your heads. Let's go.
This is it.
Let's go.
Excellent Super Cup action as well. We'll get onto that very shortly. But we're going to kick things off only right. Listen, the blockbuster of the weekend, the one that set the Saturday afternoon alight ahead of the 3 o'clock Premier League kickoffs. Manchester United 5, Leeds United 1. Robinho, are you on cloud 9 or what?
My Saturday was a crazy Saturday. So, started off early in the morning, had to get the second vaccine. So I'm now fully finished.
Oh, that's up, yeah?
Yeah, proper. Yeah, so there was no way I'm going to do that and then go to the game. So I just had to find a place in the city. 2-2s now. On the way into town, Leeds definitely showed up when decided to trash the place. So yeah, I was like, okay, I am reminded who did the scummer, but here we go nonetheless. So when the lineup came out, I was like,
them battered Manchester. That area. Did anyone see
it wasn't much. It wasn't much of Manchester.
Yeah. Can I just say, whilst we're talking about the Leeds fans and the destruction they caused, can I just say, Sancho and Rashford let the country down.
Let the country down. Let the country down.
And have you realised every team that sang that song this weekend got piped? So you need to stop singing that song. Man City sang it as well. You stop singing that song. Anyways, we saw the Lion.
Abdi is saying, did I not say 4-0 Man United last week, Oscar? I guess you did, bro. I guess you did. Robin, back to you. What are you saying?
But yeah, I saw McFred on the lineup and I was like, we're here again. And I kid you, for about 45 minutes, there was just chaos in Manchester. Everyone's like, why is this lineup still here? Blah, 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 blah. And out of nowhere, the man from France decided to show up on the pitch. And I was just like, yeah, he's arrived. He's arrived. Varane has arrived and lifted the spirits up. And I think from that point, everyone's just like, you know what? Let's do this. And the boys turned up from minute 1 to minute 90, just absolutely on them, pressuring them. We had a bit of a lapse when they got the goal back and a fantastic goal by Luke Ayling. I just clapped. I was like, okay, there's nothing. You can't do anything about that one. But then immediately, Greenwood, what a baller. What a guy. Come through, just finished at that. Then Bruno doing his magic, service resumed as per, got a hat-trick. Paul Pogba, sublime performance. Like, I've resigned to the fact this is probably his last year, so I'm just going to enjoy me. And boy, did I enjoy. And even Fred got on the goal. So that's when I was like, yep, this game's wrapped up. I can enjoy my weekend. And do you know what? I love 12:30 kickoffs. I hate 12:30 kickoffs because if you win, your weekend is set. You're happy. No matter what happens, it's good. But if you lose, the weekend's ruined. So I was just like, I'm happy. I can sit back and relax and just watch football with no harm, no shame. But yeah, 5-1. Fantastic start to the season. Happy that we got Varane. Saw Sancho for a little bit. Things are on the up, but it is the first day of the season. It's a long way to go.
We've been here before, haven't we? We've been here before.
Yeah, Lola said, is it out of nowhere? Didn't you pipe them 6-2 last season? 6-2 last season, 5-1 this season. It did feel like this was a monumental performance for Manchester United. They did look really, really, what's the word? Scary. They looked like they were dangerous on attack. But as Lola is saying in the comments, they put 6 past them last season. Considering you didn't start any of your new signings.
But when we went away to them, it was a draw, quite a bored draw. So I would say even though the 6-2 was a one-off thing, it was a thing of we've been dross at home. That was the first home performance in a very long time that we actually put them to the sword, and I was just happy with everything that happened. So yeah.
I kind of figured that Leeds played into your hands because Man United's problem has been teams that obviously are sitting back and soak up the pressure, because Man United are a great attacking team. I mean, the attacking football that you guys, the counter-attacking football you guys did on the weekend was sublime. And Leeds, we saw this last season. Leeds can score 4 and concede 4. So it's going to be one of those. I think Leeds will be all right. I think they're going to be fine. But, I was still surprised because I thought, at the end of the day, it's a new season, new things. And obviously when Luke Ayling scored, I didn't expect Man United to come back and just start looking down shots. And they pulled out the Strally and just made it rain.
But do you think we should park on that point? Obviously, Lola mentioned, United put 6 past them last year. Obviously, 5 again this year. Like, is there a part of us where Bielsa needs to stop busting it open at this stage and actually come to tough grounds and actually play to get a point? Because it seems like it's you have a shot, we have a shot. But do you think this season there might be second season syndrome and it might get pops quite a bit more?
Can I just add to that, because it adds to your point? Because obviously we had this discussion in the group chat about Leeds conceding this amount of goals last season and this season at United. Last season they conceded 4 goals to Leeds United. They conceded 4 to Leicester. They conceded 4 to Crystal Palace. They conceded 4 to Arsenal. Like, these are high numbers that these lot are just used to conceding. And I haven't even mentioned the 3s.
I think this is the thing with Bielsa, though. It's what's the point of me turning up to a football match if I'm not going to try and win it? He's very much, I don't care who I'm playing. We're going to play like this. This is the way to do it. I'm sure if we met him, he would say every other way of football is wrong. This is not moral. Yeah. So it's one of those where he has his thing. He sets the plan. He knows what he wants to do. At the same time as well, I don't know how much of a miss Calvin Phillips was, because I've never really thought of Calvin Phillips as this big kind of star that people kind of portray him to be. But
yeah, man, he's big there. I realise.
And there's another one. I can't remember. In the midfield, Leeds were nowhere to be found. And I think for Bielsa, the issue, I think he's going to be very furious with his midfield because, especially defensively, they were no match. And I think they went man to man on everyone. So you go man to man with Bruno, you go man to man with Pogba, you're done. You've already lost that battle. So yeah, I think that's just Bielsa's way, and he will stubbornly stick that way no matter what.
Right. Well, there's a load of comments, so I want to read them out. First things first. Big up Brandon Nelson. He says, "What's up, guys?"
Chinatown, stand up.
But there's a few comments on the Manchester United gas of the situation. I feel like you should be gassed. You scored 5 goals on the opening day. You have every right to be gassed. SW6 X London says, I heard Man United won the league on Saturday. Abdi is very gassed. He said, we are back. I'm telling you, this season we're going to be different. Sancho and Rashford let the country down.
No, Abdi, no.
And here, ladies and gentlemen,
no, Abdi, no. No, Abdi.
I haven't been this excited for a season in years. Up the Reds, he says.
It's you know what? It's for
match day 1.
No, for Robin, I'm confused.
Day 1.
No, but why can't Abdi and other United?
No, we can celebrate. No, we can celebrate. But none of this, we're going to win the league stuff. No, but that's all I'm saying.
No, but why not? Why not, though? You spent £75 million. You spent £75 million on Sancho. You bought in 4-time European Cup winner Varane or whatever it is. Why can't Man United fans come into this season expectant of winning the league? For me, I just don't get it.
Because I feel like a lot of United fans, yes, there's a lot of dumb people out there that say we're going to win the league every single, and we've seen it happen time and time again. We get gassed way too early, and then we see the reality of the mediocrity that we still have in our team, especially of McFred, especially that we have someone that's not giving up a number, even though he's never going to play again, in Phil Jones, especially in Dan James, who just runs, and that's it. So, like I said, there's points to be good, and there's points to look forward to, but to say to win the league, we all know what it takes to win the league here. It takes endurance and consistency. If you could be consistent, and we're still playing like this in December, then you can say something about winning the league or potentially winning it. But it's never on match day one. It's just to just enjoy, be happy. You got the 3 points, you go forward. That's it.
Robin's been here before. We've seen Robin on this.
The UN answers.
Feeling nice. You know what I mean? Nice, yeah.
Hold on, Pierre. There's one more comment, and then we need to go to someone else. SW6 says Lola and I were saying last week title challenge minimum for United, and was hearing nonsense. Solid squad. Ollie Tax, no excuse, fantastic performance. Now I'm sure there's somebody else who thinks it was a fantastic performance, and his name's Ernie. He's in the building.
Villain.
Joint top of the league, huh?
Top of the league, yeah. Okay.
I don't know why Oscar does these fugazi intros, bro. I don't know why he does these things, bro.
He's Gary Lineker. He's the Gary Lineker of the podcast.
He's Lineker for real.
Ernest, what are your thoughts on the United?
What you say, SWC? Listen, United did well. They did their thing. I wasn't too surprised because when Leeds came to Old Trafford last year, that's when I was shook. I was like, okay, Bielsa ball versus Oli ball. This is carnage versus carnage. Like, what's gonna happen? So I wasn't too shocked with this performance. The one who I was surprised by was not surprised, but like Bruno is an amazing like shooter of the ball. Like the guy has tech, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That third goal was amazing.
Ooh.
Like that third goal
into the roof.
Because I was literally at work. You lot know how I'm at work. I'm usually like trimming, and as soon as like the man them in the shop screamed at the third goal, I looked up. I thought, yeah, okay, this is the type of stuff we're talking about. Considering we didn't have, actually, we had an out and out number 9 up front. I really loved Mason Greenwood's goal. It was an all-round good performance. The only goal that Leeds got was a screamer. Apart from that, there was not much threat. Yeah, it was a good performance. Good opening day performance. Considering the quality of a lot of our starting 11, it was good. It was good. It was and a thoroughly enjoyable game. There's nothing bad to say about the performance. Yeah.
Okay. Big up Vicious. He says, have Man United forgotten the season they beat Chelsea 4-0 at the start of the season and got only Leeds who bend over? Relax. And Abdi's taking some of Robin's juice. He said, Robin, you're right. I'm going to not get gassed because I remember 17-18 under Jose. We signed Lukaku, Matic, and we started well. We were winning 4-0 every week. Then look what happened. I believe that year, is that the year you finished second?
Yep.
Well, Black United.
Yeah,
the thing with these. Oh, sorry, Oscar.
No. I just wanted to say, like, there's a lot of factors that have to go well. You know, Paul Pogba had an amazing game, and he's going to thrive when he's got players like Greenwood playing and Sancho running off him. Like, that's always going to work. But we all know Man United's issue was not necessarily scoring goals. So seeing them scoring 5 in a game, it's not much new. Do you know what I mean? We need to see them tested. As Ernest said, they didn't give up a lot of chances against Leeds, which is good. But we'll see when a team that actually does keep the ball well and carve chances out, how well they can hold up with that defensive midfield partnership. Because we all know that's the real issue there.
Ollie's biggest test of character is always going to be when it matters. Is when push comes to shove, is it going to work? Because like people were telling me today how, because I was praising Bruno and they were saying, this is why people rate Bruno more than Pogba, and I said, no, you lot don't know how to judge football accurately, because Pogba has played on the left or left mid, left wing position, whatever you want to call it, bare times last season, and it didn't work out because different teams provide different threats and different tests for us. And for me, Leeds are too much of like rock stars to take football seriously, especially when they're away from home. It's when they play at home that they were able to. I think did they go unbeaten against the top 6 at their home ground? I think it was.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
For me, I just feel like listen, like going back to even the comments that were made before, like you can't tell United fans to relax. We battered Leeds 5-1 at home. It was a good performance. We got a W. We go home. Now, where you tell a man to relax is when it's like, man are talking about title challenge and you're going to win the league off of the back of the first game of the season. That's nonsense. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But 5-1 against like, what's it called? Like old school rivals. I have nothing but like admiration for the team if they batter the opposition. So the biggest test for like Ollie, as we saw last year, is when it matters. Are we going to see the same type of attacking force that United can be? Like we can play like this. You know them ones. Fred and McTominay are the question mark that everyone, you get me? Like, everyone's gonna make noise about the fact that it's 5-1, it's this and the other. But at the same time, we saw that we were top of the league in February this year. What happened? So, for me, like you can celebrate a 90-minute performance, and you can also relax. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. Like, don't tell a man to relax because he celebrated a man's W. You know them ones. Like, should a Chelsea fan not celebrate Chalobah scoring because they beat Palace? It's Palace, of course, it's Palace. But you got a W, bro. You gotta get 38 W's to win the league. I can't celebrate one. Come on, bro. So
that's it. That's it.
I'm going to quickly read Lola's comments and then we can move on. It was a perfect opener as it could be. Like Ernest said, it took a screamer to ruin the shutout. Shutout?
Yeah, I mean,
that's right from the book of Bob Bradley. That is crazy.
I have a feeling that
PK, dude, PK.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that if it's not De Gea in goal, Ayling doesn't try that one. I have a feeling it's a perfect goal. No goalkeeper in the world is saving it. But the liberty, the audacity to take that shot from there, I think they've looked at De Gea, and De Gea can get beat from distance. And what's the situation with Henderson? Is it just on the bench, or is he injured?
No, just coming from COVID. He wasn't going to make it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's got the Rona. So
he's had horrible luck. He has had horrible luck.
Yeah, I wonder who will be the starting goalkeeper going forward. I don't know. Maybe you're happy with De Gea, but I think the fact that there was no.
I think we'll see. My prediction is that it'll be one keeper for the league, one keeper for Champions League. That's how I see it will happen.
One keeper for the League Cup, one keeper for the Community Shield, one keeper for the FA Cup, one keeper for the Super Cup.
And you still got one left over.
You've got more goalkeepers than we've got centre mids.
Literally.
That's a fact, by the way. Oscar, can we move on?
Before we move on, we'll come back to it later, right? Just remember this. From now on, if any player costs roughly around 100 million, 4 assists. Just remember that.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah?
We're going to judge that from now on. Anyone who costs roughly near
Robin,
4
and you
assists.
forgot to let them know that because he wasn't a £100 million player, it's anyone from 90 and above.
Or 89.
Anyone from 89 and above. 4 assists per game.
Wow.
He couldn't let it rest, could he? How do you have 4 assists in a game? And the question that is first portrayed is, can he do it every week? And I'm thinking, let's milk in the 4 assists. Let's mull over it. Let us, salivate on these 4 assists. The same way with Bruno, he got his hat trick. Nobody mentioned about him doing it every week. Obviously, he does score a plethora of goals. His stats speak for itself. But man, it's like Souness. Even if I tried to back you on this one I can't back you on.
It's a sickness.
The thing is, obviously,
it's a mental illness. It's a mental illness, genuinely.
there's definitely a beef, because they had their war of words, haven't they? Like I remember last year when it was about put your medals on the table, all that kind of jazz.
And
So
it wasn't even a war of words. It wasn't even a war of words. They asked
one-sided.
He said, my bro, I was not watching, man. When I was walking past the Champs-Élysées, I didn't know who Batman was, bro.
Big up Zeke in the comments. Big up Sam Lewis, who asked, "Is there going to be a fantasy football recap?"
There will be.
Come on, bro.
No way. It definitely will be.
We're going to go going for our league. Obviously, the link is in the description. So if you ain't joined it yet, go and join our fantasy league. And we'll be talking about that later on. Last thing on United, Abdi said, but Ernest, we have easy fixtures until October the 24th. And Liverpool, if we have a good start, anything can happen. And I guess I wanted to ask off the back of that.
We had 21 W's in the Premier League last year. There's no easy fixtures.
Let me tell you this right now. Abdi's made 2 comments now. Okay, Oscar, I want those framed. I want those comments framed. This one and the one earlier. We're back here. The reason I'm saying that, Robin mentioned this earlier, right? Look, we're going to milk the 5-1. We are going to celebrate. We are happy. But let's pump the brakes, yeah? This is what I am talking about. We have kicked 90 minutes out of 38 games, yeah? Right? Easy fixtures. Abdi, this was one of your weakest points last season. You know what I'm saying? I know. I don't think you did well against the Big Six, don't get me wrong. But when you're playing teams that are going to clutch, what's Man United's next fixture?
That I was going to get onto. Southampton away Sunday, 2:00. What do we think? Predictions.
Southampton are gonna make the game difficult because they're an awful side. They are an awful side.
God
okay?
awful.
But by the way,
will win.
And they sold their best parts.
By the way, Adam Armstrong's finish at Goodison was something in the feels. It hit me in the feels.
Ernest spoke about it last week. Ernest spoke about last week how bad Southampton's window has been and what they look like they're about to achieve. And yeah, I think based on how Manchester United performed this week, add Sancho into that game, I feel like they should beat Southampton pretty comfortably.
They should. I think Hasenhüttl is going to go very, 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 conservative because he can't go out there and play. He will watch that Leeds game and look at the mistakes Leeds made, and he knows my team is a shower of crap, player for player. So I can't go toe-to-toe with Man United. If I go toe-to-toe, then the 3-0 easy work is correct. But I do think they're going to just sniff it out. And, it's an away day with the crowd back. Who knows? Who knows? But I expect Man United to win. I'm going to go Man United to win at Southampton. What's your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, no, I believe it'll be a nice Sunday afternoon for us. 6 points. And we move.
6 points. Adrian?
Yeah, but I think this is the game where we'll see the limitations of McFred. Because that Leeds game, if you could have that Leeds game 38 games a season, McFred will look world class. They need chaos, but just chaos. I saw someone everywhere kicking people's legs. But bro, when you need gal and class, yeah.
Listen, when Pastor Fred is in the penalty spot tapping in,
what?
You've had a nightmare.
What the hell's going on?
What is going on? Ernest, what's your prediction for that game? We're doing predictions as we talk about the teams rather than doing the whole segment.
Like if any United loss or draw is on United. It's on United. Southampton is pathetic. They're bad, and they've lost Vestergaard. Clean house.
I can make a bad team even worse.
What I have to, I'm gonna call this out, because I like my friend. I like my foreign football. I like my my European leagues. You know what I'm saying? I like my European coach. You know them way there.
Yeah.
But Ralph Hasenhüttl is getting away with bloody murder, and I don't know why he's getting. Adrian, you're giving me that look.
I disagree.
He's not been critiqued at all.
He's got a crack team.
Except us here. Me, I gave him a burial because to lose 9-0 twice, you're not forgiven. You're not forgiven. And the window you've had, your sins are not forgiven. There is no way we are letting people like Ralph Hasenhüttl get away. I'm not hearing nothing on Sky, nothing on TalkSport, nothing on Match of the Day, nothing. managers get scrutinized, and rightly so, and sometimes they get over scrutinized. Hasenhüttl, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what bypass he has.
No, but Pete, don't you feel like I don't really know the situation with the owners in Southampton or what's going on there, but I feel like when it comes to on the pitch with Hasenhüttl, Southampton have had really, really good runs of form and then really, really bad runs of form. So it's I
don't know when the good runs were.
There was a period last season where they were the top of the league by like November, weren't they?
No, well, they may have been, but I don't recall Southampton. On this, I think they had a little streak, maybe
they've had good runs, and he's orchestrated a team that plays a decent brand of football.
He's no different than Pellegrino. They had Pellegrino before him, right? He's no different. Yeah. No different. We've got the same one.
That's fine. I mean, it's not a hill I'm willing to die on, but I like the guy.
Nah, man, he needs to get hit. He needs to get hit in the chest one time. You know them ones.
Big up Squawker God, my guy. He says the highs under Hasenhüttl have been impressive, but the lows have been relegation level form. That's what I think. I think he has had highs, but the lows are just, the depth. They're really, really bad. And right now, he's up against it because, as we've spoken about, they've had a fire sale. They've got rid of Ings. They've got rid of Vestergaard. They don't look like
Bertrand. There
you go. They don't look like a side that's gonna.
Obviously, you're saying they got rid, but obviously players don't want to be there. That's the fact of the matter. Nobody wants to be at the club. Why? What has happened from the Nigel Atkins situation, from the Pochettino time? That was a Southampton everybody loved to see. Koeman made them competitive. And then after that, Claude Puel, Pellegrino, and now Hasenhüttl. I'm not. Wait, Mark Hughes, was he not in that mix? I swear Mark Hughes was in there. Maybe he wasn't. I can't remember. I had a feeling Mark Hughes was in dire straits and he was going to send him down. But
I think you mentioned a good thing. Obviously, I think they've maybe deviated from what made them successful managerial wise. But I think it's tough, bro. Where every year you pluck a Dusan Tadic or a Sadio Mane or a Lovren or a Lallana, and every other year a team is taking your best player, and then you have to replenish it, bro. It gets to a point where the well's gonna run dry, and it's tough. And now they're in a place where bulk standard team. And it's difficult for them now because the players simply ain't good enough.
Their defeat against Everton, though, Adrian, was woeful. And when Everton go down, they don't win. They don't win games.
Yes, I was surprised,
especially at home. When that crowd turns, they got booed off at half-time, Everton, and they managed to put it back 3-1. Big up Rafa Benitez. But Oscar, can we move on?
Yes, please.
Oh, do we have to though? I don't want to go there.
It's time to go to Southwest London because there was a party on Friday night.
There was a kickabout in the words of
Southwest. It's in West. W4 is the postcode. I was on the Chiswick roundabout, yeah, with the Gunnar.
I saw the M4 motorway. I was like, okay, we're in ends.
Yeah, if you want to go to Acton, you know what I'm saying? Hey, David in the building. Unfortunately, listen, me and David, we're at the Brentford Community Stadium. You know what I'm saying? Brand new stadium, lush, looking nice, coloured seats. You know what I'm saying? The Arsenal were in there. We were giving it large, giving the chanting large. We were buoying off the Brentford fans for some reason. We were just rinsing them. But everybody knew that as soon as the wind started blowing the other way, because I think it was about 5-10 minutes, Arsenal were actually moving forward and getting the ball down. And it was like, okay, cool. And the Brentford found their feet. Yeah, they found their feet. And then all of a sudden, Ivan Toney wins every header. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got, like, what's his name? Mbeumo. Again, animal, beast, Canos. Them men were having fun. Guys, listen, I'm not even, for the first time at an away ground, I've not been angry. I've not been angry on Melu because I am spitting blood. I've chopped wires. Veins are bursting all the time when I go away and we're getting beat. Yeah, because I've had to come down the M6 after a 2-1 defeat at Goodison or a 4-0 defeat against Liverpool. And I've had to come home for a 4 or 5 hour journey, pissed off. This time round, though, it was the one time where everybody around me was furious. And I was there like, you know what? TikTok. You know what? TikTok. There's a timer on this bomb. where it is, like when you boil a kettle and it's bubbling just before before the lever goes up and it's like, it's finished, it's done. We are at the bubbling point. It is bubbling like crazy. It's like, can somebody just pull the plug out because it's going to burst? That is literally what is happening among and Arsenal fans, guys. They are furious. When I tell you the temperature at Arsenal Football Club, the fan base, Chelsea on Sunday, guys, yeah? My God, you're going to see it. You're going to protests, and then the 90 minutes where when Big Rom comes in, yeah, and sees Pablo Mari, gives him one twine, yeah? The booing, and this is the only hope I have. If it gets worse, he will be gone. He will be gone. They will have no choice. We could end up with no points or maybe 3 points by the time we play Spurs, which is after the international break.
Baba, can we have
that? Lola said, I tweeted.
Guys, yeah.
Lola said, I tweeted for people to watch Love Island. They ignored me.
I have never seen.
They watched the game instead.
Guys, like we turned up. Listen, this is a championship side. Let's have it right. Yeah, let's have it right. The only player they bought this window, yeah, Brentford, was from Lorient, and he cost 8 million quid. I don't even know his name. I ain't got time for his name. So we played a championship side, not a team that won the championship, not a team that finished second, a team that went to the playoffs, had to go all the way through to the final, beating Swansea. If you're ever facing Swansea in any knockout competition, something's been going on, right? Unless it's the League Cup or whatever. This side, yeah, came. You see these man, yeah. You see these Arsenal man, yeah. Nah, blood. I walked onto this pitch. I walked on and I said to myself, I am watching players not trying. And I mean this. The effort is -10. Yeah, Smith Rowe is the only guy. And then when Saka comes on, the team raises up 10%. 10% boost as soon as Saka comes on. But Smith Rowe is the only one trying a thing. Every time Brentford go the other way and move the ball, they move it quick. They've got 8 men in the box. Every time we attack, it's slow. And there's not even one man in the box, right? Not even one man in the box. I have never seen a performance, ladies and gentlemen, like that in my life. Not since the 8-2. And the 8-2 was purely because it was Manchester United's first team versus the rejects is not even the word. There were woeful players on that side. But this, what I saw, guys, yeah? Only Arsenal go to Brighton and shop 50 million quid and don't leave with Basuma, yeah? And they don't leave with an attacking midfielder of some description. Because once again, as you can see, yeah, whether Balogun was there, Martinelli was there, Smith Rowe was there, Pepe was there, guess what we saw? The exact same thing. This isn't game 1, guys. Maybe for you guys it is. This is game 39 for us. Okay? This is game 30. This is the 2020-2021 season. That's the season I'm in.
That's the last season didn't finish for him,
It's not finished. It's not finished.
Well, Mr. Scodemore.
No, it's not finished. It's not finished. You man are in 2022, yeah? I am in the 2021 season.
Arsenal are time travelers.
Arsenal are playing their 39th game of the season because it looked like it. It looked like it. I saw some knackered men out there. Knackered. Game 1.
Question. Do are Arsenal fans into BDSM? Like, do you not love pain? Because
no, Arsenal fans.
I don't understand. No, guys. The streets
you know
are saying, yeah, if you go to the Adidas store, Arsenal shirts are sold out regularly, yeah? And I'm like, bro.
Honest, the merch, because the merch is on fire, okay? When we turn up to the... When you man turn up to the Armory and you are cussing Leno and you are cussing Aubameyang and you're cussing it, and you see, Smith Rowe on the blue team, yeah, looking nice. You're seeing the little Adidas. Listen, you better believe on this podcast there is some merch coming your way, yeah. Understand that I'm gonna be rocking merch on a weekly basis. When we're getting panned by Chelsea, we're getting panned by Man City. You're gonna see me with the free stripes, blood, yeah, with the free stripes. But let me tell you, yeah, fam, Arsenal man them, I think they realised at Brentford, you know what it is? At Brentford, they realised they are morons. They're the biggest morons in football. In football. And I mean that obviously in sympathy. Like, We are clowns. Ernest, Robin, Adrian, Oscar. If you've not been to a stadium in 18 months, yeah, and you're fortunate to get into that small allocation at Brentford, but you leave after 70 minutes, you've had enough. You've had enough. We're leaving in their droves. In their droves. Somebody shouted to Kieran Tierney, he said, you know we're 1-0 down. Hey, Kieran, you know we're 1-0 down. Guys, I saw them hiding. What I say to you, bro, I couldn't find Pepe. I couldn't find Xhaka. I couldn't find Ben White. What's David saying?
Yeah, your £50 million signing got twisted.
I mean, a man who's I heard this today. A man who's never played in the back four in his life. What? What? You know how spot on that comment is? If you've never played in the back four and I'm scouting you for the back four, and I pay 50 million quid for you.
The thing is, they are like on Sky. They asked him that pre-match. They said, "We know him." They said to you, "We know you're comfortable coming out with the ball. That's how you play football. How are you going to adapt to doing that in a back four?" And he was just like, "Yeah, no."
You know what? To this, listen. There's a sentence I never want to hear again because I am sick of this type of player. Right? A ball playing centre half. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want none of that. Do you know why? I want my defenders to win headers. I want my defenders to make tackles. I want my defenders to shout at the goalkeeper when he's having a howler. I want my defender to tell somebody to push up or hold the line or bollock another player that's not doing their job. Not playing. I mean, the passing out from the back guys. But Arsenal fans were tearing their hair out. They were like, kick it on Leno. What are you doing? Like, they were... Listen, guys. I
was going to ask, who was at fault? Was it Leno or was it Xhaka? Who's, by the way, signed a new contract.
Take your pick. All of them. Chambers. Awful.
Why does Chambers show him inside? Why does he do that?
Because you know what it is, yeah?
Why is he playing?
Oscar, I said it to David.
They got Bellerin, that's why.
I said to David in the ground, I said, I think he had 2 times where he was getting done, yeah? And I said to David, he doesn't want it. Them man, Ben White and him and Murray, none of them want it. And you knew it straight away. Tony's winning every header. And then it was a case of, where is the second ball? Every Arsenal fan was shouting, second ball. So even if you lose the first header, go and win the second ball. You know, these men, Brentford, I couldn't believe it. Ben White wasting money, not because he doesn't have talent, but because you know Arsenal can't spend. So why not buy a capable midfielder? You can't spend 75 million in a window and feel like you need to spend 75 million in a window. That doesn't work like that. That's not a transfer. You know, that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, on a real, it makes no frigging sense, guys. It makes no sense. I am in shock. You know, like I am in legit, like, oh my God. But guess what? The time.
Yeah. Is that Sam? Big up Sam. He said Peter's on the edge. Just focus on F1, my bro.
Oscar, on the weekend, you see the game was on Friday. Saturday, I was looking for qualifying. I was looking for it. But Formula One's on a break for 2 weeks. I was like, for goodness sake, this is not the time to be breaking Formula One. I need content. I need my mind off. And the thing is, what's worse is I watched Man United the next day. I watched who played the evening? Was it Liverpool in the evening? I watched Spurs City. I watched teams attacking. And it was like, oh, West Ham, Newcastle in the field spot. I was watching teams tackle. I was watching teams press. I was watching teams, fluid attack. Us, man, rigid. And then the cheek to concede a goal like we did when we used to play Stoke in 2010 and 09 when there was just no men ready for that war. And this guy's got his towel when he's throwing the ball. And the second goal, where the ball bounces in the 6-yard box. Bouncing in the 6-yard box. Murray misses it. Tierney misses it. Leno, what were you doing? Honestly, guys, if we were playing Sunday League football and we could see the goal like that, you're shanking someone. You are furious. You are saying, what? You're not my mate anymore. Me and you are not boys because you wouldn't back me in beef. Defending like that, you wouldn't back me in beef. There are no men. There is no nuts. There is no, Troy Deeney was right. The only guys, Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe are the only two players that can hold themselves. And I'm done with Pepe as well. It's time to bench him and leave him in there. Just leave him there. Leave him there. I'm sick to death of
Marlo.
M-A-N-O.
I know my starting 11. Listen, I know my starting 11 from now to the end of the season.
Pepe?
Yeah, it's done. It's over. Because you know what I said to myself? I can't have 15 good games if I get 6 good games.
If that, yeah.
I get about 8 good games. Yeah, there's still 30 more to play.
3 in the Europa League.
Can I pause your epic rant just to go through some comments? I want to say, if you're new here, please subscribe, like the video. Obviously, every Monday, Top 4 podcast is on at 8 p.m. But yeah, I want to get into like the actual play, because obviously all of this revolves around one man, Mikel Arteta. So there's a couple of comments and a couple of questions for you guys. Lola says, when I tell you it's on Arteta, believe me. Different attackers, same issue. No passes to Balogun, everything through KT, and no effective.
Can I attack Balogun quickly? It's not popular, but let me attack Balogun very quickly. This was a player who, like if you're training every day, every week, but you got Aubameyang, you got Lacazette ahead of you, yeah? You don't think you're going to be playing games soon, right? So you're going through the mill, you're running through the motions.
Yeah.
This is the problem with certain players, and like maybe, he's young and whatever, he'll mature, but he should be ready. He's playing for the Arsenal. He needs to be ready. So this idea of because the way he looked like a fish out of water in that game. And my thing is on this, right? It's one thing to find obviously the game difficult, but this is a guy who looked like he did not belong in the Premier League. There's a difference. And it's Brentford. We're not talking about he's going to Old Trafford. He's playing against Chelsea. He's playing against City or Liverpool. We're not even talking about the top 10 in the league, top 15. Championship playoff material. Who signed Lorient? Who signed a player from Lorient for 8 million? Who didn't play, by the way. So they have their championship side from last season. He looked like a fish out of water. This is a guy who didn't think, oh crap, my time has come. He was not prepared. And I understand it. Like, he would have thought, I'm behind Lacazette, I'm behind Aubameyang, it's calm. However, I was alarmed by how poor his performance was. It alarmed me. Because in the Europa League, he scores goals. Because he knows he's going to play, so he's probably trained well and he's ready. But undercooked on Friday night.
But my thing would also be, again, it's Arteta. Again, it's not having a style of play where you can create chances and create service. Because let's keep it a buck. If Aubameyang is up top, when Pepe went up top, it's the same old story. Again, no service. You're looking like a fish out of water because to play football, you need the ball, bro.
No, and that's so true. I'm going to blame Arteta more so than I'm going to blame Balogun. Please make no mistake. But as well, Leno kicking the ball long to him like he's going to chest the ball down. He's a youth, blood. You know what I mean? He's 19 against Danish.
Peter, people are saying that you've been a bit harsh on Balogun. Lola says, no, I'm not going to give him any stick. I've seen Aubameyang and Lacazette look just as bad. This is a system issue. Also, SW6X London says, harsh on Balogun. He had no service.
When you're there watching the game, obviously you see things off camera that you might not necessarily see when you're watching on TV. And for me, it was more everything around his game. Not that he had chances and he missed. I'm talking about he was not ready for the game, and he's not ready for the Premier League.
Fair enough.
He should go on loan in the Championship. You see Eddie, when Eddie comes on, as much as people don't really like Eddie actually can play in the Premier League. He can actually play in that league. You know what I'm saying? And he's playing over pre-season. And I would have got a much better rating out of Eddie than I would have got out of Balo.
I'd give him a bit of time. I mean, it's one game. He's thrown in there with no real leaders on that team. No one helping him. No one finding him. So it's a bit harsh to say that. But I do understand he had a poor performance. David says, guys, until this fan base finds the minerals to get Stan Kroenke out of here, this will just continue. No manager worth any salt will come to this club. And David, I think is very, very ironic that has come from you, considering your previous comment, which was, Ernest, I've just spent over £200 on Arsenal this season, merch and ticket for that game. I don't think that goes hand in hand with getting Kroenke out. But
Well, no, but this is the thing, though. Like, to get an owner out, you vote with your feet. You know them way there. Like when you're at the stadium, you turn up and then you leave. You give all the you're booing left, right, and center, and you stop coming. Guys,
Why
today,
do you guys still go to games?
That's the problem we have.
Why do you buy kit?
That's
Why
the
do you
problem.
invest so much in this? I don't get it, bro.
Buying kit is not.
50 Shades of Grey thing, bro.
Buying kit doesn't make the difference. Buying a kit doesn't make the difference. Arsenal already got the money from Adidas, so buying kits doesn't make the difference. But the season ticket situation is the one that you need to is the one that is more vocal, not necessarily not buying kit.
No. But my point is, the deal is worth a lot to the club. But if they see a consistent trend of people actually not purchasing shirts, then the next deal that comes in is not going to be the same.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But Arsenal fans don't like long-term gain. Arsenal fans do not like long-term gain. You man will consistently, bro. I spoke to a guy 2 weeks ago who said to me before the season kicked off, man's already secured a season ticket, and he's the one that's always complaining. And I don't understand you lot. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand because the Emirates will be full. The next game, the Emirates will be.
What?
Let me get off that. Because
Something drip over results.
and we've been like that for time. This is the thing, Ernest, though. On that point, like I said to you, at Brentford, I think that all the fans that genuinely do all this stuff that you're talking of, I think they hit that point on Friday night where they said, we are morons, right? Also, Sunday, guess what? Arsenal versus Chelsea, tickets are on general sale now. A game that is normally sold out. Listen, you can't even get to Norwich at home for love nor money, Arsenal-Chelsea, first home game of the Premier League season. You, Ernest, non-member, can buy a ticket now. You, Manchester United fan, can buy a ticket right now.
I would want to go because I want to see chaos. I want to see Lukaku versus.
I was genuinely thinking, should I go to this game?
I want to see.
Hey, listen, Robin, if you're free, you've got a bit of dosh, make you have a good day.
But SW6, Arsenal never protest with their wallets. They never do protest with their wallets. So everything that they get, all the fans deserve. All of them deserve it, bruv. Because I've watched games, I'm talking like, and this is the thing, I said to a man the other day, you lot love pain. The reason I say that is because if Joe Glazer ever opened his stinking mouth and said, I didn't buy the majority of this club to win trophies, Robin, I'm out. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Then your manager said that, what's it called? Top four's like winning a trophy? My bro, I'm gone. You man heard these things and have persisted through all the years of nonsense at your club, that I've seen. Bro, I don't even like talking about Arsenal no more, because you lot are just a laughing stock. Like when I watched the overlap on when like Roy Keane is actually trying to back Arsenal and say, guys, we played in the era of Arsenal, we played in the era. We don't mean any disrespect when we say your club is simply not ready yet for progress, for trophies, for success. And Arsenal fans are still living in the utter pride and hubris of thinking that we can still do this thing if you give Arteta time. A bunch of morons. Like, those are the morons that I ain't got time for. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Then on top of all of that, the Arsenal fans have the cheek to laugh at other teams. All of this is included to why I do not care about Arsenal Football Club, because you man know exactly the solutions to bring change to your club, and you simply don't want to do it because you like pain. All of it have stopped listening, my bro. All of it.
On top of that, though, I think with Arsenal, why it's more difficult to create that change is because when one fan leaves, the other one says, "I've never been to the Emirates, I'm going," and then he goes in there and he buys all the shit. Say again.
The ones that see sense, the ones that do see sense, leave.
That's the thing.
If my again, this is my point. You man don't like long-term gain. Let the ones who can afford your
seat. Hear what I'm saying. For example, Arsenal-Chelsea is on general sale, okay, which is unheard of for a Premier League game. But you said that there will be a full stadium, which you're probably right. 55,000 probably will be there, right? And it will be because, you know, a man and his dog who's never been, or a guy flying in from Toronto who's never been, he's saying, "Bun that, I'm here for the Arsenal. I'm here, you know, I don't get to watch my team play." When you got a bigger world fan base, you know, you will see tourists for days. Oscar was at the Chelsea game on the weekend. Tourists for days turning up. Manchester United, for crying out loud, is probably got the most tourist fans at the stadium at one weekend, more than any other football club in England. So even if the Man United, the hardcore Stretford Man United end, walk out, they are going to refill that seat without a doubt. And so the fans you see
they would prefer to have your seat with a tourist rather than a Londoner.
Yeah, the club was that because Keith Dover, who's been a Gunnar for 60 years, doesn't even buy a program. He turns up to his game. He brings a sandwich from home. He watches the game. He boos the manager, and he goes home.
Yeah,
you know the ones.
No, but ultimately, my point is this: I would rather know that I did my part as a fan. Like, I am a fan of the club. I'm a fan of what attracted me to the club. A fan of the memories I had in '96 when Wenger came in, up until 2004, 2006 Champions League final. My investment is in the resurrection of that era. If you want to carry on with the mediocrity and you do your part by still going to games, you're doing your part. If you don't want to take part and you don't want to come, you're also doing your part. My point is, I don't want to hear Arsenal fans ever complain knowing what you know about your owners and your manager. Period. I don't want to hear any complaints. Because the reality is, whatever you're doing your part.
No, but do you think that part is in their mind futile? Like, I'm sure if you gave Arsenal fans two options, you said, scrap your season ticket, we'll get X manager out, we'll give you £250 million to spend. If you sacrifice this season, I'm sure 89% of Arsenal fans would do it. The issue is, as Peter was saying, if I surrender my season ticket, someone else is just going to take it. I'm on a 47-year waiting list. Like,
then don't complain.
No, but you love your club since 1972.
You love your club since 1972, and the owner has said he does not intend to support this club by giving a route to winning trophies. Like, FA Cup is currently the peak, my bro. Arsenal is not going to win the league for a long time.
No, but that's the point, though. Me surrendering my season ticket. Now, because me surrendering my season ticket, let's just say I say, "Raw, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not going for the season. I'm throwing my season ticket away." We're not winning the league anyway.
So you go there because of blind faith that one day it could work out.
Fans go in because they want to support their team week in, week out. Yeah. They've seen them in lower leagues. You know the ones. It's not about winning for everybody. That's the truth of the matter.
No. I'm not talking about the fans, that have seen Arsenal in their bad days. I'm talking about the ones who complain about Kroenke and still go.
Fair enough.
Still going.
Here's what will happen. Listen, when Wenger was taken out, fans stopped going to games, right? The stadiums were emptier. Oscar saw a couple of those Europa League nights where the seats were less. Emery, the same thing. Seats were less. I'm telling you, it's happening. TikTok. The clock is on. Fans are going to stop going on this. You'll see it. The attendance will be lower and lower. And what it will be is the season ticket holders will not turn up, but they won't put their ticket on the exchange, if that makes sense. They will stop coming. And so that's where the seats get less and less and less. So you will see, I mean, Chelsea, I repeat, Chelsea at home is on general sale today. That's on Sunday. When I tell you, when people ask me about tickets for certain games, and they ask me in a month and a half before the game, I'm like, guys, why did you ask me so late? A month and a half before. And I'm saying, why have you told me so late? So this Sunday at SummerSlam, the game tickets can still be bought. Because I'll tell you what, it's going to be a frigging first blood match on Sunday. You better believe it.
All right. We've spoken a lot, and obviously Ernest just spoke about, Arsenal fans pouring their money into the club. Lola said Do I even know the last time I paid for an Arsenal game or kit? Please, then man will not see my money.
Thank you.
If you pay for a damn thing, close your mouth. Do you know what's so funny? We've been doing this pod on YouTube for what, less than 2 years now. I can't even imagine Lola cheering on Arsenal because all I've heard is negativity from her. I can't imagine her in any Arsenal merch being like, yeah, cheering when they score, because it's crazy. Other than ESR.
Look, yeah, at the end of the day, TikTok, as long as it's going like this, yeah, believe me, the man will not make it to see.
So before we
September the 27th, remember my prediction on the group chat. September the 27th, he will not be in the job.
I was going to say you moved it from December to September.
Talk here. Which one of us was shocked that Brentford won?
I was.
The Arsenal fans.
No, I was. Of course,
the Arsenal fans. I said the Arsenal fans were shocked. The rest of the Premier League. No.
Listen,
Peter, I don't think he was, to be honest.
No. On a real, I was, because we played, like I explained at the beginning, we played a championship side. And at the end of the day, guys, we finished 8th in the table, 2 years in a row, meaning there were some wins, okay? Now, if we can't beat Brentford, then what games are we winning? You know them ones. We're going to be winning games at some stage in the season, right? 3rd best defense in the league last year. I still don't believe that. There's a rig somewhere in that stat.
We know why that was. We know why that was.
Why is that?
You man,
name
you man
them.
are Stoke part 2, bruv. When I watched that performance at Stamford Bridge and I saw Aubameyang playing left back, I said, "This is wild."
Yeah,
it was wild.
It was definitely one of those where we knew our place. You know, we knew our place that day. Guys, we lost 13 games last season with the 3rd best defense in the league. That doesn't make sense.
13
doesn't make sense. So, yeah, international break. Lola's saying will be gone. I think City's the last one before the break. Then it's Norwich at home. Then I think Burnley's away somewhere. Spurs at home, 26th of this September. Spurs at home is Groundhog Day. That's Groundhog Day. And 27th of September. Adios.
Should we move on from Arsenal? I feel like we've exhausted this topic.
They'll do well. Oh.
We'll do the predictions once we've spoken about Chelsea. David's last comment is getting rid of Arteta is not enough. We need everyone out. And,
I agree to an extent, but a new manager gets us back into the top 4. Mission number 1. We spunk money. Let's be clear. We spunk money every season. So this not being back thing, we're not Man Cities of this world, we're not Chelsea, but we're Liverpools of this world. We spend what we make and what we sell and whatever else. And even then, I think we got more money than Liverpool, in fairness. So, you know.
We broke.
I'm not reading that comment. You're not going to read it.
I said he's Satan himself. He's up.
Before we move on,
wait. One last one, by the way, because at halftime I'm scrolling the social medias. Yeah, what do I come across, guys? What do I come across? Before I go off, tell me, guys. Yeah, because I don't know. I'm ignorant on this. Is there a Disneyland in London? I just want to know.
You have to jump on a Eurostar, my friend.
No. There must be Walt Disney are business people. They must have a Disneyland in London. I'm convinced they have to. Because what did I see on Instagram at halftime? Can I tell you what I saw on Instagram at halftime? Scrolling, seeing what the banks were saying. Lucas Torreira pops up on my feed. Oh, I forgot you were here. I was thinking, who's on number 11? That's right, Lucas Torreira. What's he doing in Disneyland Paris? What's he doing? It's halftime.
I told you. He took a train from London.
We are losing, and he's on the payroll, and he's at Disneyland Paris whilst his team's on duty. His team is on duty. And by the way, Aubameyang and Lacazette are, if I even start on YouTube.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I know we need to move on, but how do you feel about Xhaka's new contract?
Oh, Xhaka's new contract is a symbolic symbol of what the football club is at the moment. A man who pissed on the captain armband, threw off his shirt, told the fans to F off. And you know me, I've backed Xhaka many times. But the guy has come back with a brand new lucrative deal. When we've been trying to sell him all summer, if you want to believe what you want to believe. He comes back with a captain armband, with a new contract, pay rise, and the captain.
Lola said Lucas Torreira is on holiday and the season has started, but I meant to think Edu was gone.
Listen, Martinelli came from Jakarta on Monday. He came off the plane on Monday. He come off the plane winning gold medals on Monday.
Gold medal. He just won a gold medal.
He played he started on Friday. Meanwhile, Lucas is with Mickey Mouse. What are we talking about?
Peter, I'm gonna have to put you there because if I don't, we'll carry on forever. But Lucas is with Minnie Mouse is hilarious. We had a comment from Rafael Suarez. That my bad. He says, "Hello, my friends. Here in Brazil, we think Europeans don't care about the Club World Cup. Is that true?"
I think so.
I think it. We don't care as much as the South Americans do. South Americans care about it a lot more. I would say that.
The reason people don't care is because your club is hardly ever in it, so you never have to care. Like no, as in, I didn't care about the Club World Cup prior to this season. Now I really care because the last time we were in it, we lost, and now I really want Chelsea to win it. But yeah, you're right. In between those two times, I don't care who wins it or what's going on. So,
listen, us Europeans, bro, we stick our noses up at these sort of things. We would rather watch the Bundesliga over the frigging Club World Cup.
And I also think it's just the fact that 9 times out of 10 we win it anyway. If that makes sense.
Ooh, steady.
That's not steady.
No, I'd say if you look at the last 10 years, like the last 10, 15 years. Yeah. It's mostly been European teams that have won it. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man United. The only people that lost it was Chelsea and I think Inter Milan. No, Inter Milan won it as well.
Liverpool
and
lost.
Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool. So I'm saying 9 times out of 10, in terms of the country's inception, yes, the Europeans have won it. So that's why I'm saying it's just a thing of it adds on top. But if you're not in the competition, you don't care about it. If you are, then you would care about it. Yeah,
that's fair. Us fans would care about it. I think as well. Have you seen the fast format they've made of it now? By the way, I see if you Football Manager Dons will know about this one. In the first year, I think of last season's Football Manager, Tottenham were in the Club World Championship. They were in the Club World Cup because they were just in the final. And like, if you're in it enough, like a couple European teams get thrown in there. Farcical.
Yeah, silly. Lola says Club World Cup made people think that Mari was good. Bang that thing.
Listen, I'll tell you, man, this, right? If you're in mainland Europe in your peak years and you end up back in Brazil, something's wrong.
Something is wrong
with you. The guy's from Spain. He's not even Brazilian. That is a red flag if I've ever seen one.
Adrian, he was bought by Manchester City.
Was that City?
When Arteta was there. Not played one game, was sent to Flamengo. But Arteta's bought him. He's bought him here.
Bro.
Anyway.
Can we move on?
Right?
Let's go to the other part of North London, shall we?
Oh dear. Tottenham Hotspur, guys, beating Manchester City again at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. City without a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium since its inception. Sonny with the goal as well. Good finish. You know what I'm saying? Nice and tidy. Man, I'll tell you what, man. It was actually a good game to watch. I was enjoying that.
It looks like Ernest has a lot to say. I'm just we're watching it.
Interesting. Okay,
he's doing the Josep Federer.
Come on, let's hear this one. Let's hear this.
I think all season I'm gonna be a menace here because all these 90 million plus pound players. All the treatment that poor Pogba got, I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Listen, the agendas are going to agend this season.
The agendas are going to agend. I am on him.
After Shelby.
Guys, you have no shame. You have no shame.
Yeah, this is the thing, yeah. I feel like I'm going to be like Nino Brown in that picture on Twitter where he's about to shoot my man. He's got the tear in his eye because he can't believe he's gonna off his boy. Because Jack Grealish is my boy. But you see the lawyers that he has? Nah. Man is wearing the number 10 from the great Kun Aguero. Most expensive English player of all time. First £100 million player of all time. But bro, it is
Ernest, yeah? Ernest. I'm sorry to say this. That agenda is gonna end quickly. He's gonna get there. He's gonna get there, and we're gonna sit there in all.
4 assists.
4 assists per game.
4 assists every game. I don't.
No. Not every game, guys. Not every game.
4 assists. 4 assists.
Not every game.
No.
Not every game.
Graham Souness said he expects 4 assists.
Yo, that brother.
I said okay. I said okay. That's what I said.
That's what he said. Only some people have gotten 4 assists in Premier League history. 7. And you want a man to do it you said you expect it? Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm telling you. This is what I was trying to tell Oscar about Kai Havertz. I ain't got a problem with Kai Havertz. I'm just saying the game is the game. These are the rules. If you cost a certain amount, the agenda's on and popping, bro. That's it, bro.
Ernest, Pogba, what's it called? Overtook his assist tally last season in that one game.
Yeah. Where was he playing last year?
Where was he playing last year? Where was he playing last year?
Don't worry.
Where was he playing?
That's the question. I saw him on the left, but then I saw him in the 6 in the European Cup final.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. Where was he playing?
Where did he play against Leeds?
He played left mid / left wing. You know what I want.
What is he doing there?
So this is my thing, yeah. Because Robin, you see this Peter boy down on the bottom of the screen. He tries it sometimes because he tried it with the Pogba thing, yeah. And I thought, you know what? He's trying. Let me.
Remember, he is Pep's lawyer, so anything of his team and of his ilk, he'll back it. So I don't get that.
Because the reality is, saying it. I love Grealish, but off of that game, obviously he's going to show that he's worth some money. Whether it's going to be 100 million, we'll find out. But they didn't need him, bro. They needed a defensive midfielder, a left back, and a striker. They didn't need Grealish. You're gonna spend 100 million on this guy, and granted, you'll win the league. But you have Ferran Torres, Sterling, and Grealish all in the same position. That doesn't make sense to me when your left back is still Benjamin Mendy. That doesn't make any sense to me, bro. So listen, the guy will do his thing. Like the Grealish will do his thing, innit? And I'll be here if he doesn't, because 100 million, yeah, I'm on to him, bro. You know the ones. No, I'm on to man, because I can't believe the level of excuse that Gary Neville had for him on Sunday. I cannot believe the excuses.
Him and Souness.
Man's talking about how, when Kevin De Bruyne and the rest of the starting 11 come in, we're going to see a different Grealish. That's what you man said when Pogba was playing next to Fellaini in his first Manchester derby. That's not what you man said. So for me, the smoke is on and popping. I'm ready for the boy, bro. I'm ready because the rules are not the same for everyone else. The rules are not the same. The rules are not the same at all. And it's like before I stop talking, before I shut up, I wanna shout out to Michael Richards, but I also want to say that he needs to get his facts straight because Pogba has said he wants to leave. He said it, like it wasn't like it's not like it's hidden. He said he wants to leave.
You know, his race went before the facts. He's like, he had to
like,
Pogba.
yeah. And I don't like race arguments for the sake of race arguments. Like Pogba's cool with it. Like he has his deficiencies and he has his pluses, but allowing your age, Gary Neville was spot on. Allowing your agent to just say things a couple times after L's is not a good look. For me, after the first time he said it, I make sure he doesn't say it again publicly. Period. Like Lukaku left. Shout out to Rubber Ducky.
Don't know. That's a bad boy name.
What's it called? He left Raiola to jump on Rock Nation. I don't know who he's with now. I think
he's still with Rock Nation. Yeah.
Hey, the Rock is winning.
But Lukaku's smart enough to know that I can't have this guy represent me or whatever. So Neville's right. The issue is you can't have your agent say nothing and say, this doesn't represent my opinions. You know what it was. However,
that's Hogwarts.
Like the level of this is Harvey Specter level lawyerism. This is what was Bill Huxtable's wife's name, Claire Huxtable level lawyering. This is Philip Banks level of lawyering. I have never seen a player
Rob Kardashian
so heavily by these pundits. Harry Kane is being unprofessional. I had an argument at work. Man, I talk about gentleman's agreement. There is no such thing as a gentleman's agreement in football. If it's not on paper, it's not a contract.
Yeah.
So let's not do this. The guy has his training. He's been to Florida for 10 years. It's only when he saw his boy Jack Grealish move to City that he said, you know what, let me put out a statement. And any Tottenham believes the nonsense that came out of his mouth, you're an idiot. You're a clown. You're the person that he thinks he's convinced. He's not convinced me. I want Harry Kane to cry tears of blood for the nonsense that he's gotten into here, because he knows. Yeah, this is the thing about Harry Kane. This is where I'm assuming I don't know whatever, but the brother knows he gets away with murder. He knows he's the English flipping like champion of the whole country. He knows it, because the reality is, if Pogba was captain of France and captain of Man United, the scrutiny, oh my gosh, it would have been crazy. It would have been mad. So for me, I need Kane under Nuno Spirit of God. Sancho. In September, I need Espirito.
So I was going to say this. The fact it was the facts. What set me off is that Souness said, my information on Harry Kane is different from yours. I was like, what information do you have that the rest of the world doesn't have?
Man like Lani Souness, you know.
Bro, Kane is getting away with the merds, blood. He is getting away with it. And you hear the fans as well. I think the fans have turned on him because there was a chant.
Are you watching Harry Kane?
Are you watching Harry Kane?
They ain't turned on him.
They've turned on him. They've turned.
No.
Bro,
If he comes back to Spurs, it will be with a pinch of salt, and the fans will know that he has to earn that respect back.
But 2 goals against Southampton, he's back, bro. 2 against Southampton, he's back.
Bro, attacking against Norwich, and they don't care. You mean earn it back? Earn what back?
Earn what back?
You know me, yeah? You know, I don't rate anyone.
3 golden boots at this godforsaken club. What's going on?
You know me, I don't have ratings for Spurs on many levels. However, I think there's a bit of little dignity there, which will say, do you know what? You've come back because you couldn't get sold. Yeah? Not because you changed your mind. They ain't going to forget that. He's gone AWOL on the football club.
They will.
No. Even handed a transfer request.
Technically speaking, he should be on a plane to Portugal right now for the Conference League playoffs.
Apparently he's in the squad. He's
part of the squad, no?
He's part of the squad,
okay.
Yeah.
Pete, the point, SW6 makes a great point. I agree with Peter here. I agree with Peter here. Fans are fickle. He's messed up here. No, my point is, I agree. Fans are fickle. So the small section of Spurs fans that are really angry with him right now, so I don't even think there's a lot of fans that are angry. The small section that they will turn around once he bags a goal in an important game and all will be forgotten. He'll score at their stadium and no one will care.
The reason I disagree with you is because it's one thing, like everybody knows why Kane wants to go and nobody else will blame him for that. The manner in which he's doing this though, he's doing it awfully wrong.
Yeah, and he should be
It's not the worst way. This is the worst way you can probably do it.
And he should be getting buried by Neville, Souness, Redknapp, whoever.
Carragher, who tried to get onto Adam McCullough for saying that he's a saint and said that he was a hypocrite. I couldn't believe it.
Listen,
like all of them need to be reading the rap sheet of Harry Kane right now, but they're not because they know him and they like him, but based on what he's done previously, I'm not
arguing the media. Like I said, he's getting away with murder. The fans, Oscar, are not going to forget that home end at Spurs. They're not gonna let him off lightly. They're not gonna let him off.
Booing Harry Kane?
Huh?
You think they're booing Kane?
You said they were booing Kane. I didn't say they were booing Kane.
No, that's where it equates to.
What do you think's gonna happen?
The love for Kane is not the same. It's over.
No, it's like a Rooney thing, bro. Rooney tries to force for a move to City in October.
But have you not noticed since Rooney did that, it's not the same Rooney that people were loving in 08, 2010. You know what I mean? They weren't loving it. It's not the same Rooney 06. It's not the same Rooney.
The only reason elsewhere because they have Son. Like, they have another guy that they love. So they've got Son. They can put all of that love onto Son. I don't think it's going to do much for Kane's legacy as a Spurs player.
You're mad. You're mad. If you don't think it's not going to do anything to Kane's legacy, you're crazy.
It's Spurs. It's Spurs.
Yes. The manner in which
he's the greatest ever Prem player.
It's the manner in which he's going about his business. No one would blame him for going to another club. No one would. But he's going AWOL. It's ridiculous.
Has anyone got anything to say about the game? We spoke about, obviously, the Grealish money thing.
Mendy is finished. It's finished. It's over.
Darko.
Finished.
Darko.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's a good point, Oscar.
No. It's a good point. His first 6 months or 5 months before he got that injury, he was fire.
Probably 6 games, Peter.
He was fire for 3 months. And after that, I've never seen him. Listen, he was awful at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Awful. I was thinking of Serge Aurier. He came into my mind when I saw his performance. And you look at Tanganga, right? Big up Japhet Tanganga because man of the match performance. The guy was doing his thing, but he's growing, man. He's like, you know what, Bunny, I'm playing right back for Spurs. I'm going to make it happen, bro. And Nuno set up his team well. They should have had a few more goals. If Son just was a bit more confident and ran at the defense, Nathan Ake. Holy smokes. What a waste of money that is. What a waste of money that is. Do you know what I mean? If he ran at the defense a bit more, calm. Pep Guardiola, buy a striker. Buy one. Because you're going to lose the league if you don't. You're going to lose the league if you don't. Buy a striker.
Hey, Pep, you better listen to your lawyer, you know.
Listen to your advisor, Pep. Yeah?
Well, it's a clear one. I think they need to get that position filled in. If it's going to be Harry Kane, then great. If it's not, they need to sort out someone else because this false man thing.
Like even if it was just Icardi, they would win the league. They'll win the league. You know them ones, Lautaro Martinez. They'll win the league.
Yeah, Callum Wilson.
Pep is a bored lunatic.
Hey, you see Pep, yeah. The guy goes in and he says Fernandinho can do this job, and it's like I don't know. And anyways, if you win the league with 100 points and then you win the league again on 98, you are within your right to think you can do anything. You can do all things because honestly, blood, like remember when he got rinsed in his first season? He got rinsed when he had Zabaleta and Sagna, and then he said, "Give me 300 million for just the back four alone." And the goalkeeper. Whoa. And he went and got 100 points straight. Fernandinho at this age against Spurs. I was impressed by Spurs. I was quite shocked that this Spurs side gave a good showing of themselves. I thought, I wasn't going to really expect anything.
Spurs are still crap. Don't be fooled by this win. It's easy to be motivated for your first home game of the season, first time with fans in a long time. They put in a performance that you expect from them. You expected them to sit deep and soak up pressure. Shout out to Japhet Tanganga. He was really, really good. It seemed like he was under strict instructions to not give Sterling any space, and he did that. So,
doesn't like that.
Spurs, man. Big up Spurs. Big up Son for carrying the pressure. You know, they always seem to do it without Kane. You know, whenever Kane's not in the side, for some reason, Spurs, Son and Mora, they realised that there's extra responsibility on them, and they've stepped up to the plate in the Champions League as well as the league sometimes. So
I think Bergwijn's a waste of money. They need to sort that position out. I think they need to get him off the books and get another one, and maybe Lo Celso as well. But Hill is pretty good, so he'll come into the team.
It's going to be Spurs fans. A long season. Fam.
Yeah, I think it will be. By the way, Spurs, Nuno's first away game as a Spurs manager will be at the Molineux. Is at the Molineux.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I think I get the point.
Right, we move on.
I can't believe
what he's saying is, like, this City team is so good, a half decent striker, they win the league. Like,
he said they don't need Kane to win the league. Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be an interesting offer if they made one.
Oscar, like I said to you, even if they had Icardi, Dominic Calvert-Lewin,
half decent.
I'm not even disagreeing with Robert Ducky there. I'm actually not going to disagree. They just need someone who can finish.
Yeah. So why have you got Calvert-Lewin?
By the way, Dele Alli was getting sent to the shops on a consistent basis.
Well, no doubt.
Mahrez was having his way with him. Well, I'll tell you, there were about 3 occasions where I said, who's gone there? Who's over that side? Dele. Then I seen it again. I said, nah. And I don't think it was Mahrez. I think it was somebody else done it to him again. I said, Dele, you need to go in the gym and get that cardio up.
Bro.
You can't get fun like this.
It's sad,
Bruv. Honestly,
he's at 25.
His demise is so sad. I mean, that they put up on the board his 2017 stats, yeah? He was moving grease. I couldn't believe it. It was 18 goals, 10 assists. I said, this guy was moving grease in 2017. Where is that brother gone?
Oh, man.
It's a shambles.
Yeah, I just hope we can turn it around.
Notice that Dele looks like young ads, which is true.
Oscar, Spurs travel to Molineux. Nuno's first game back home at his old crib. What do we think the scoreline is going to be there? Tough game.
Can't give a monkey. I don't know why you've asked me this. Spurs away.
I'm gonna go for the Wolves. You know what I mean? Bruno Lage. You know what I'm saying? He's you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm liking a bit of Lage. He's doing all right. He's done all right. All right, we'll move quickly on, man. Very briefly, let's kick things off at the Champions of Europe. Very quickly, Chelsea winning 3-0. I'm worried for Patrick Vieira and his Crystal Palace. Oh dear, because they had an awful.
Let me tell you, Crystal Palace offered absolutely nothing. That side was bad. I would love to sit here and tell you that Chelsea were phenomenal and we blew them away and we won 3-0. But I can't, because Crystal Palace came and they lied down. They came to prostrate at Stamford Bridge and allow us to have the 3 points in the beginning of the season. They didn't give us anything. They didn't.
I know it's one game, but I got worried straight away. I said, Patrick, man, I need you to do well this year, bro. I'm rooting for you, man. But blood, if that Chelsea game's to go anything bad, their next game, by the way, is at home to Brentford. It is telling. If they get beat by Brentford next weekend, then boy, Vieira's cards are on the line. But
Robert the Chelsea SW6 says, I told you all about Crystal Palace and Vieira. I told you, finish. I'm gonna give it time. But that first day, if that's anything to go by,
it was woeful. I'm hoping to God SW6 is so wrong. Paddy cannot get sacked. And they can't go down. They can't go down if he can't get sacked.
But you know what I think is in his favour? I hope the Palace board are sensible, because what he's walked into is a massive overhaul job. No, bro, they've essentially lost the spine of players. They brought in like a whole bunch of different players to come in. Eze is still not back, so it's a lot of work. So I feel like give me a quarter, give me a financial quarter. I
actually saw Eze after the game. He was in a car and his leg is still in a cast. So yeah,
holy smokes!
That tells you all you need to know. It wasn't a hard. It was a soft cast. You know the foam ones. It was one of them. So it's not. Okay. Maybe he's on his way back. But anyway, Lola says, no, I'm not worried about Pat yet. I knew they'd lose. With them, I'll see what happens in a few games. Gallagher. What's this guy's name? Olise. Solkjaer. Wow, I really wish
that West African came out of you there.
Yeah, they need to get an attack. I mean, maybe it's not much to go by, but they didn't come at us and they didn't defend very well. So it was a bit of like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? It was just a bit silly. But let's talk about Chelsea. Obviously, pre the weekend, we won the Super Cup. Not the best of games. We found out why Villarreal, were tough for Arsenal and Man United. It's not an easy game at all. We struggled. Good first half, terrible second half. But Lucky's just made a comment here, and I have to bring it up. He said Chelsea need... Huh? What? Chelsea have a need... What does that say?
Maybe new signing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go new signing. You see Lucky, yeah? You see Lucky, yeah? Them man are suspect, fam, yeah? All them, you see them South man down there, yeah? I see you. He meant
Careful,
to say...
Careful.
I'm just saying.
What do you mean to say?
You know where his neck of the woods are? Sus. When I tell you, sus. Anyway, Chelsea have a new signing in Chalobah, I think.
Okay. So my point was, on his debut for the club, he played in the Super Cup final. He was amazing. I felt like he was our best player on the day. Very, very solid. Did everything. He dealt with it nicely. Then obviously, big up Kepa, won the penalty shootout. Then moving on to his Premier League debut against Crystal Palace, another brilliant performance. Again, like I said, he didn't have much defending to deal with, so more tests will come later. But in terms of playing out from the back, passing the ball, making tackles where he had to, the guy was really, really good. And I think it was Iklas that asked me earlier, what were the scenes like when Chalobah scored? Honestly, it was one of the most emotional times I've ever seen Stamford Bridge. I've never seen a football stadium where everyone was just like, we were cheering the goal, but at the same time, it was like a heart full of emotion. This kid goes down on his knees, he's crying. He can't believe he scored a debut goal for Chelsea after going on 4 loans. 4 loans. The guy was on Lorient last season.
Lorient
League. Yeah, what he said. He was in the French league last season. He's come back into the Chelsea side now. Obviously thinking Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Christensen, Zuma, Aspi, Reece James. I'm not playing for this side, realistically. He's come back and he's got himself into the team, and it looks like he's going to be playing for the season. So big up to him. Excellent performance. Let's hope we see more of that from him. And yeah, there's not really much to add. Chelsea did not play well. Sorry, that's harsh. Chelsea did play well. It's just we didn't do anything crazy. I feel like we're still in pre-season mode. As the Super Cup happened,
I saw my wanna watch pinged on the timeline. I said, okay, I had to tune in. I'd see one more time before Big Rom steps in. See end of my analysis.
Did you see Vernon's pass? Did you see his pass to himself in the 6-yard box? He's a mentalist. He's a mentalist. You need to get rid of him, put him on a bench.
No, I'm sick and tired of watching Timo Werner. I'm sick to my stomach.
I'm glad you are.
He's not. No, but guys, he's not good at anything. He can't control the ball. His first touch is woeful. He can't pass. He can't shoot. He can't. All he can do is run and take players away from that space. That's all he does. Sometimes he makes the right run when he stays on side. It's rare as well. So
what, Theo Walcott?
Hey.
Yeah, but according to a lot of Chelsea fans, and obviously according to Thomas Tuchel, the way he runs is so beneficial to our system that he has to play every single week. And, him and Mason Mount are the 2 players you can't remove from a Chelsea lineup. They play every single week regardless. And Robin made a comment earlier saying that, Lukaku's coming in now. We have officially signed him. That means that we won't see Werner. That's not the case. Werner will play every week next to Robin. I still haven't watched it.
Totally.
The guy we signed for 50 million to score goals couldn't score any goals, so we signed another guy for 100 million to score goals, and I'm still going to have to watch the other guy. Why?
Oscar, you know what the Heartbreak Hotel is about that signing? Is that your boy Cho will not be seeing minutes at Stamford Bridge. That's what that means. Werner is on the left, Lukaku's, Big Rom in the centre, and on the right, I think you're going to throw in a bit of a Kai Havertz, because I think it's his time to shine. I think it's time for him to
no Cho and Abraham has off to Syria. So yeah.
What's Tammy doing in Rome?
Yeah,
It's kind of sad, you know.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. Tammy landed in Rome yesterday. You know,
have you seen the buyback clause for him?
It's like
that's high. It's 80 million euros.
Yeah,
That's a bit high.
Why is the buyback clause?
Yeah, coming back to Chelsea then.
That's
we
what that
didn't
means.
get a buyback clause on Tomori, but we got one on Tammy. What is that about? Yeah, sometimes I don't understand what goes on in this club. And I guarantee you, when we sell Cho, we won't get a buyback clause on him. I guarantee it.
I like what Lola said earlier. She said, you know, with Trevor being around, like leave Koundé and spend your money elsewhere, and that money should be on centre halves. Because at the end of the day, I don't give a damn what any of you lot think, right? And I know that Tuchel is a good manager.
To be fair, that's the same thing.
Let me tell you something. Yeah? Well, Chalobah is on the right, no? Correct me if I'm wrong.
He can play right, he can play central, he can play DM.
Okay, so I thought he's going to be on the right side, right? But then you need, like, I'm sorry, Rudiger. You're never going to convince me about Rudiger, and you're never going to convince me about Christensen or Kurt Zuma.
I think Rudy's harsh.
Chelsea, excuse me. Excuse me.
I think Rudiger and Christensen are harsh.
You are freaking kidding me.
Since Tuchel's come in, that's a put a foot wrong, bro.
You, AD, yeah? You who has good centre halves and have seen some woeful ones. By the way, I saw a clip of Klavin and Skirtle as your centre half pairing. I was watching some highlights. Let me tell you something, Adrian, yeah? Don't ever in your life say to me, I'm harsh about and Tony Rudiger.
Bro,
Friggin' Rudiger.
in the back three, he's been excellent.
He's not good enough. He's not good enough.
Well, I mean, he was good enough for a European Cup, but we'll
you know, is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
Well, football's about winning silverware, no?
Why wouldn't that be what we're doing?
All right, wait there. Chelsea won't win the league for what reason, in your opinion? Let's hear it.
I feel like our midfield, Kante's injury prone, and then we've just got Cover and Jorginho. I feel like we need another DM. And then I feel like I don't see the main issue would be how much our wingers can contribute to goals, because at the moment it's just Lukaku.
Okay, don't worry, guys. You've heard it here first. When you don't win the league this season, it will be because of your defense. Lucky, pipe down. Because last
Peter,
season,
that's ridiculous.
No.
I saw Mendy conceded like one goal in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So what?
It's
Can you join me next season, please? Can you join me in the new season? Yeah. Don't talk to me about last season.
Well, Rudiger kept a clean sheet in this last game.
So Rudiger, his one good 6 months at Chelsea, you're telling me he's good enough to be at Chelsea and they'll win the league with him as the centre half?
Well, factor in the fact that Tuchel's been there for 6 months. Tuchel's played a different system.
Answer my question.
I don't think Chelsea are going to win the league anyway, but that's not because Antonio Rudiger's the centre back.
Because of the defence. It can't be because of the forwards or the midfield.
The defence was one of the best in the league last season.
Yeah, well, since Tuchel came in, we had the best defence in the league.
You're going to lose the league title because of your defence. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you ain't conceding less goals. I'm not saying you're conceding 50 goals. I'm saying, Lucky, who was the first best defence in the league last year?
City, probably.
Stop talking. Next question. We'll move on then.
Pete,
Listen, guys, you're not turning up to a league season with Christensen and Rudiger and you think you're going to win the Premier League. It's not going to happen.
I mean, you've got Thiago Silva there as well. You've got I don't think Chelsea's going to win the league, but I don't think our centre backs are the reason for that.
Guys, I want to go back in history and look at Premier League champions. Look at their centre halves.
We won the league with David Luiz, Gary Cahill, and Aspie.
Defense wins titles. Defense wins titles.
Are our current centre backs any worse than David Luiz, Cahill, and Aspie?
They are worse than Virgil van Dijk. They are worse than Ruben Diaz. How dare you bring the man up for?
Because they won the league.
When Gary Cahill won the league, name the best centre halves in the league that year.
Well,
probably Toby Alderweireld, to be fair.
Yeah, and where did they finish? Listen, this is the thing. Okay, you've won the Champions League. Hooray. Okay, you were the best team game by game in that competition, right? But welcome to the new Premier League season. And I said, in the Premier League, because guess what you did, Oscar? You couldn't score goals. So guess what? Your top goal scorer was Jorginho last season, right? So you turned around and said, look, I'm here to get a striker. You mean business. You're going to score goals this season, right? No problem. Your midfield, top class. There is actually a plethora of talent in midfield, no doubt about it. Your defense, however, is the weak point of your team. Man are giving me Kurt Zuma,
I completely disagree with that.
and Christian. So it's not the weak link in their team, Adrian.
No, it's literally the only thing Tuchel came in and rectified. He came in and sorted out, and we were now like a little bit more difficult to score past, and therefore difficult to beat. We couldn't score goals for anything last season, PR. We still can't.
Why don't you think you're going to win the league?
The only reason we scored 3 the other day is because Alonso scored a free kick and Chalobah scored a screamer. We don't create chances and we don't score goals. That is the issue at Chelsea, not defending.
I didn't say defending is your issue at Chelsea. I'm saying now that you've got...
that's why they won't win the league.
Yeah, but they won't win the league. Do you know why? Because I'm looking at Liverpool centre-half. They look like top-class centre-halves. I'm looking at frigging Man City centre-half.
Right.
Looking like top-class centre-halves. Guess what Manchester United did? They bought Varane. For crying out loud. Okay? Guess what Chelsea did? They did niche at the back.
But Pete, they bought...
Results will speak for themselves. Don't worry. I'll be here for 38 games.
Okay, cool. Yeah. They bought Varane, but we will still concede less goals than Manchester United this year because of our defensive system. So,
dear. Did you say
what?
that?
Yes. Facts.
Okay.
Facts. I have no doubt about
that, please.
Put a bet on. Put a bet on.
Remember that, Robin.
And they've got 2 good centre halves now, but I still think because of the way that Tuchel sets up our team, we defend better. So
you do defend better through Tuchel, but guess what? Tuchel's going to look at it at some point and say, "Listen, I've squeezed every juice I can out of what I've got."
Yeah, potentially.
Look, if you think we need a centre back, I can kind of get on board with that. We're linked with signing Koundé, but the idea that that's the worst part of our team, I strongly disagree with.
What is the worst part of your team then?
For me, it's the Rudiger slander.
We just spent 100 million on Lukaku because he can't score goals.
No, but guess what, Oscar? He's your player, so therefore it can't be the weak link in your side now, can he?
Well, we still have to rectify that situation. We haven't seen it play out.
No, yeah.
Come on, bro. What are we doing here? He's got over 100 Premier League goals.
Okay,
For Chelsea. He hasn't even played for Chelsea. He's got 100 Premier League goals. What I'm saying is you've rectified the forward line, yeah? Your midfield is nang. It's nang in midfield. Your goalkeeper is good. Your defenders, however, I am having questions. Rudiger, if you think Rudiger's ever going to lift Premier League gold at this football club, you're freaking mental. You're mental. Because I'm looking at Liverpool with their 2 centre halves, and they bought another one, by the way. And then I'm looking at Man City were going through hell on earth at the beginning of last season. And you know what they said? Get me that 23-year-old Portuguese lad. Because no matter what, without him, we ain't winning the league. And I remember them rocking up to Stamford Bridge, laying a smackdown on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. The defense is the weak part of Chelsea, and that's why you won't win the league title this year.
Look, FPL Robert Ducky said, if Kante gets injured, Chelsea are in trouble defensively. And he's already injured. He's injured right now. So my thing is, we need another defensive midfielder that is Premier League ready to come in those games when Kovac and Jorginho aren't cutting the mustard, or we're 1-0 up and we need to defend the lead. You bring on a DM. That's where I would strengthen. That's where I would go to. I think somebody even said it in a comment earlier. I'm going to try and see if I can find that one. But, I mean, Koundé is on the list, so you're not wrong.
What's funny with that comment, though, yeah? If Kante is injured, there's a problem defensively. Why? Because, yes, there's a hole in midfield, but your defenders are clearly not good enough, isn't it? So my point is, before Liverpool even thought about Fabinho, when they had Van Dijk and Alisson in goal, things were looking nice, and their fullbacks are looking nice.
But that's not what we're discussing here. We're discussing whether those centre backs need to be replaced, and I'm saying the priority is not necessarily replacing them.
They definitely need to be replaced. You're never winning the league with those centre halves. Thiago is top notch. But the other 3? Oh, hell no.
I disagree. Iklas Elmi said, put the Koundé money on a DM and we can win the lot. I haven't been this excited for a season since 14-15 when we signed Fabregas and Costa. Get Werner out. Lukaku and Kante back to kill Arsenal. So apparently he's saying Kante will be back for that game. And then, Robert Ducky is saying Lukaku won't solve the problem. I agree. I don't think we'll solve the problem. I don't think we'll win the league this year. But
Yeah. Quick
I don't
question.
think that's because of our defensive system. Go on, Adrian.
Because for me, and I said it before last transfer window, I genuinely feel sorry for Tammy Abraham because he first season, 15 goals, no penalties. What does Romelu Lukaku need to do to? I don't want to say justify that money; it's a lot of money. But what does he need to do to take over that threshold that Tammy maybe wouldn't?
Let me give you a newsflash. If Romelu Lukaku is not taking penalties at Chelsea, he's getting 15 goals. Like it's not. He's not just gonna like when he was at Inter, he scored 24 goals. 6 of them were penalties. So coming into the Premier League, why would I rant like I've had Chelsea fans tell me he's gonna score 30 league goals? So where are you getting these numbers from? 30, 25. No one scored 25 in this league for about 4 or 5 years now. So Lukaku's coming in to do similar numbers.
He has to score 22. He has to score 22 minimum a season.
He needs golden boot.
That's what he has to do. He has to score 22. Not even the money. Forget the money. I'm just saying to be Chelsea's centre forward, because that's that Oscar was, Adrian was trying to say not to justify the money because nothing will. Let's be honest. Unless you're doing Messi, nothing will. But he has to, for him to be Chelsea's centre forward, going forward and winning titles, goals this season. 22 goals.
He needs 4 assists.
What? None penny.
He needs 4 assists as well.
Oscar's right on this. Oscar's right on this. Lukaku has to have some nuts and take that ball off Jorginho. Jorginho is not allowed to take a penalty this season. He's not allowed. Not when Lukaku.
And he's not untouchable. He's not untouchable. He missed 3 penalties for Chelsea last season.
Yeah, it's not like he's not missed before.
He was Chelsea's top goal scorer with 7 goals.
And he missed 3 penalties.
And he missed 3 pens.
So that was 10 penalties that he had. I suppose he probably scored a couple in open play. But
might have 2. You know what I mean? You might have 2 of them.
I had a couple as well.
That's what.
Don't worry, guys. I've said this before in the past about Chelsea and the defense, and I'll say it again. The defense are gonna let you down. Don't worry.
You said it before, but we'll see. I just don't.
And when I said it, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
When did you say it?
I'm sorry?
When did you say it?
Right, we need to move on. We need to move on.
I remember you said it when we signed David Luiz, and then we went and won the league with David Luiz.
Yes. And what did you do with him afterwards? You got shot.
Yeah, we sold him to you.
Yeah. What's your point?
Guys, you need to move on. We need to move on.
You don't need centre backs to win the league. You need good ones, and we've got a couple good ones. Robert says there are many midfielders at Chelsea who will take goals off Lukaku. He will score about 10. Yeah, I need him to facilitate the others, but I don't blame him if they don't score because they don't know how to score. Man like Pulisic and Gunnar and all these guys, I don't trust them to be firing again this season. But I guess Pete, you completely derailed me from what I thought we were going to talk about with Chelsea. But I guess we can move on to Liverpool now.
I literally this came from Lola's comment, by the way. I blame her.
Fair enough.
We'll move on to Liverpool, a team with a bad boy defense, going over to Carrow Road. Have you ever lost at Carrow Road? Have you ever lost to Norwich in your lives? Because I've got deja vu when I watch Liverpool against Norwich.
Just Suarez, just pipings. I feel like maybe Leo McKenzie. I feel like they done us at Carrow Road one year, like 04 maybe. I don't know.
Mo Salah running down the wing, Firmino with the goal as well. I mean, you look cushy. You look bloody cushy. What you got to say about that, Adrian? What you saying about your Liverpool game?
I think for me, this was just it felt almost like pre-season at times where Norwich was so pedestrian. By the way, because one thing that dawned on me about that Norwich game, they're worse than they were the last time they were in the Prem.
Oh yeah,
because I thought to myself, you know what? Ben Godfrey, Jamal Lewis, Max Aarons, Buendia. As much as I don't like Cantwell, credit where credit's due, he's a Premier League level player. Pukki was a couple years younger. They've lost like half of that list. Pukki's a couple years older, and their coach he seemingly doesn't care to defend. So Norwich are in big trouble, by the way, guys. But
they are going down.
They're going down. But how can the team be worse than it was 2 years ago? How can it be worse?
Bro.
Tim Krul looks about 45. Like two of those Liverpool goals, he should have done a lot better. Grant Hanley, if I don't think I've ever seen a more championship defender in my life. He box branded. They picked him off of a building site somewhere.
Legit.
It is poor. It's absolutely poor. But I think for us, I think just I think what a difference having two Premier League standard centre halves can make. Like
Sorry, I'm having flashbacks of Norwich's defending for the goals, and
did you see Max Harris for the Firmino goal? What the hell was he playing? He was breakdancing. What was he doing?
It was scenes at Carrow Road. It was scenes. We're waiting for Delia Smith to come out, bro, because she needed to say something. Because this team is bad.
I hope she wasn't there. Because that video was like 15 years ago. She'll be in her home. Like that level of performance, it will turn her mad. It will turn her crazy.
Oh my God.
It was wretched. It was wretched.
This should be in a home.
Oh, I'm not serious.
Oh, mate.
Can I say something about Liverpool? Yeah.
Go through that.
Can all of these Liverpool fans please stop trying to play the underdog and pretend like this isn't a season that you need to win the league in this season?
Oscar, you know me. Oscar, you know me.
I know you.
Oscar,
I know you.
know me.
I know you. No one is allowed to play the underdog this year. I'm sorry. After all of the barrage of stuff that all of us endure from Liverpool fans, when you won the league the first time and you won the Champions League, we were told this is one of the greatest teams of all time. We were told this is up there with Man United's three-peat. We were told it was up there with the Invincibles of Arsenal. We were told it was up there with 04-05 Mourinho. And guess what?
Absolutely.
I can name about all of those teams. Every single one of those teams won multiple league titles in the stretch of their era. Yeah,
Well,
they didn't just win one; they won others. Yeah. So this Liverpool side, which has the best goalkeeper in the league, according to Liverpool fans, the best right back in the league, the best left back in the league, the best centre back in the league, the best DM in the league, the best winger overall in the league.
Keep
and
going.
I haven't even mentioned
Best player in the league.
Best
I
player in the league.
haven't even mentioned Mane, Captain Fantastic, Jordan Henderson. I see no reason why this team doesn't win the league. And the excuses we were given for them not winning the league last season was simply the fact that the excuses we were given, Adrian, was simply the fact that you had an unfathomable season that nobody's ever had before. We had so many injuries. Oh, we had our centre backs out. Then Henderson was out. And Alisson unfortunately had issues going on. Yeah, it was unfathomable. It's never happened before in a Premier League season. Well, guess what? That's unlikely to replicate itself again this season. So if that's the case, go and win the league. If your team is that good, win the league.
Oscar, their team is that good. They'll be the closest challenger to Man City this season. Let's pump the frigging brakes. Let's not act like we don't know who this Liverpool side are. Liverpool will be
Peter. A lot of Liverpool fans are saying that they won't win the league. Like they're saying the two unders, they're not ready. I've seen quite a few. I have seen quite a few.
Where?
I've seen quite a few on the timeline. On the timeline.
On Lime Street. You ain't finding one of them. You ain't finding one. You watch when they turn up to Anfield.
Not Lime Street, the timeline. On the train station.
Listen, Burnley on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. Liverpool are going to lay the smack down.
Look at this comment.
It's going to be in full rap.
Endo said Klopp should get sacked if DA won the league.
What's that Endo said? I think we'll finish fourth. Our squad depth is poor. I think we'll struggle.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Oscar has a point. Oscar has a big point.
Listen to the rubbish I'm hearing.
Oscar, their squad depth has always been poor. What they were lucky with is that they never had injuries and they blitzed. But then when they got injuries, it was kind of like, okay, here's what can happen. You know what I'm saying? And they lost big players.
Come on,
Look at big players.
Even Abdi's getting involved in this nonsense. Liverpool are struggling to make top four. Their season is about Man United. And it's gets into the guys. Liverpool are the best 11 in the league.
Listen,
the best.
What's going on here, bro? People got short memories.
I want to know. AD. I don't have the short memory. I'm with you. Listen, if Liverpool are meaty, what are Man United? Because they're going to finish above Man United. They're finishing above Man United. So what's Man United then? If Liverpool are meaty, I would love to know what Man United are.
I'm sorry. If if City don't get a striker, Liverpool have to win the league. Have to.
Absolutely.
And if they don't, questions will be asked.
Liverpool will win the league if Man City don't sign a striker. Liverpool will win the league.
That was my prediction last week. Liverpool should be winning the league. They're the best team in it. But
The truth is, they'll buy Harry Kane. That's the sad part. On deadline day, they will buy Harry Kane.
Robert Ducky said, Liverpool fans always say City will win the league because of the money they spent, like they have never spent a penny. I think Liverpool fans are afraid of failure.
No, but listen, that's so like, you guys are mad. Liverpool, obviously, like in the Arsenal sense, like they spend money that they have to recoup or make, yeah, and they're up against juggernauts financially. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why Pep Guardiola bit on this, but Klopp said they could buy anything they want, and that's facts. They could buy anything they want. Look at, and you know what's funny? If you look behind Liverpool, Chelsea can buy whatever they want, and if you want to look further down the road, Manchester United can buy what they want. So, like, they're in a mix where we're having to work with what we have. And it's not to say what we have is meaty, but we're working on our resources versus your resources, and they're not matching. I understand Liverpool's fans' cautiousness and conservativeness. I get it. But I agree with, like, Oscar.
Read that comment, and then I'm going to tear something down. Read that comment.
Yeah, okay. Abdi said, we finished above Liverpool last year and will do so this year. He's talking about Man United. The average age of their squad is 30. Take Salah or Virgil and out and they're finished. Trust me, finishing 4th, if not 5th.
Oh, first of all, one comment that's really pissed me off, and I feel like it's football manager, it's football manager culture, wherein, oh, God forbid a player turns 30, if he turns 30, going over the hill.
Yeah.
Brother, that is players. That Liverpool team are slap bang in their prime. Mohamed Salah's 29, Sadio Mane is 29, Roberto Firmino turns 30 this year, Van Dijk's 30. These are all, Andy Robertson's 27. These are all players slap bang. This is why when you buy a player that's 23, 24, you buy them for when they're 28, 29, 30, 31 to tear the league down. So this whole notion, Liverpool's players they're 30, the team is old. It's preposterous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't get it. This is what you came for. You came for the moment like now. This is prime. This is it. They're ready. Suck the mango.
Honestly, did you see Van Persie at 29? Did you see Thierry Henry at 29? Did you see some of these players at 29 years of age?
You see Drogba at 29. You know, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Yeah. Liverpool are in their peak.
They're in their peak, fam. They're in their peak, and they're they're turning up to the dance, fam. They are turning up to the dance.
The night's still young.
Do not be fooled.
The first DJ is still on the decks.
Here's another myth I'm ready to cross. Robert Ducky says Liverpool can buy whoever they want if FSG release the funds. Don't want to, so there's the problem. No, the problem is Klopp does not want to increase his squad size, so he's not trying to.
But also, listen, SFG, brother, they've got nothing on these sheiks, and they got nothing on flipping on the Glazers, who own the frigging Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl champion, by the way. Roman Abramovich literally funds the football club. You know what I'm saying? Like, Liverpool are not in the same sphere as these clubs. Liverpool and Arsenal are in their sphere, and then United, Chelsea, City.
But suppose you dare, one club does things well, the other club does things incredibly stupid. Because, like, I agree with what Robert Ducky said. Like people going at Liverpool are these paupers and never spent a dime in their lives. Bro, we broke road records for goalkeeper and centre back
and defender.
Reason why we facilitated the move to obviously let Coutinho go. So the point is, the way we operate, I don't like it all the time. Don't get me wrong, but bro, the proof's in the pudding.
Title and Champions League. Say no more.
Yeah. Mane and Firmino are on the brink of declining, to be honest. Our front three looks a bit stale. We've had the same for the last 3-4 years. I think we've run our course. We need a bit of refreshment. I think one of your refreshments was Jota. Another one was Thiago. They're both coming to...
One's Kanate.
And Kanate. What more refreshments do you need?
No, I get the point that he's making, though.
I think it's fair, though. I think it's fair more than actual facts. I don't think Mane and Firmino are on the decline. I don't think that's fair. Liverpool made such a deal about winning the league, they mentally didn't have the energy to retain it. Well, they have no players.
Bro, listen, and to sort of link back onto
They
Saturday.
were top of the league in December. Like
Bro.
how like brain dead are our minds? Like how we don't remember much.
They were top in January. That's what I'm saying. So if those injuries don't happen in the same way, there's no reason they shouldn't win the league.
It's amazing. Honestly, the Football League makes us look so dumb because we say bare predictions and they're bare wrong. You know what I mean? Like
no one knows what's going to happen. I still think the top four is the top four. I think that's set in stone. It's just who finishes where changes all the time.
Yeah, of course. Well,
yeah.
My thing's not going to change. I'm not convinced that City have to sign a striker. If they don't, then Liverpool win the league. So those are my only two changeables: is Liverpool and City. Third Chelsea, fourth Man United. But like it's one of those where I'm just like, it's an AD. Where do you think you're finishing? What's that? Endo's asked you.
Again, it's dependent. It's dependent on injuries. But if the large bulk of our team stays fit, genuinely, I think we're winning the league. And if you look at Saturday, I know I sort of said seconds because last week was I was sort of factoring injuries. But let's just say current squad as it is, for me, more than good enough to win the league. Let's look at Saturday, right? Virgil van Dijk and Joe Matip in that one game played more minutes together than they did the whole of last season. Bro, we ended last season with Reece Williams, who's playing in a Vanarama National League the season before. Nathaniel Phillips, who wasn't even good enough for Bundesliga 2, and people expect us to defend the league in the same manner, bro.
Fantastic.
When all the pieces are put in place, I have no doubts in my mind that this Liverpool team is good enough. And I think it's genuinely short-term memories. As Oscar said many times, we were top of the league in January. Our second defeat of the season came away at Southampton when Fabinho and Jordan Henderson were starting centre-backs. That's not happening again, guys. It's not. Bro, let's call a spade a spade.
Let's just hope the Premier League script doesn't go that way.
No, bro. I'm so sorry. You name me a team that's free. I know that have had their three main centre backs seasons over by January. You name me the scenario, and then we can talk. Like it was a hellacious season. Don't get me wrong. We didn't make it good for ourselves. We made it worse. But listen, the facts are the facts. Like it was Henderson's season was finished by February.
Yeah.
So I've got no doubts. And
we'll see what happens. And
also,
it's the Premier League though, because anything can happen.
Adrian, remember me at the end of the season, because remember when Liverpool were dusted, they went on that 6-game run, they lost bare games, and people were talking about West Ham in the Champions League and that. How many games did Liverpool win in a row?
What?
Yeah.
When Fabinho and Thiago were in midfield.
Yep.
Yeah. And players were actually in the right position. I think it was like 6 or 7 in a row.
6 or 7 in a row. Everyone said they're not getting Champions League football. They were done. They were 7th. They won 7 in a row. That Liverpool's back this year. That Liverpool is back. So
I think it's preposterous, man.
Liverpool are back, cuz.
We're going to see. Shall we do? Pete, do you want to go for the rest of the fixtures, or shall we do?
I'm just going to quickly breeze through them. Remember what we said about Aston Villa? Somebody mentioned about Aston Villa and their transfer window and how things could look a bit ropey. Well, listen, a 3-2 defeat away at Watford. They were 3-0 down as well, by the way. Watford, you know what I'm saying? Good home record apparently since the Championship. They won 10 games in a row at home. They go up to Watford. Hilarious stuff. Jamie Vardy, yeah? You see Jamie Vardy, yeah? He is the villain in football we all want. We all want to see. You see his celebration after he scored that goal against Wolves. Did anyone touch him? When man done the...
What Sting?
Yeah.
He's a wrong'un. He's a wrong'un. I love it. Ever since he did that thing at Palace, I said, this is a guy I love. I'm all for it.
Your wife's a grass. Your wife's a grass.
He lives on that. He lives on the hate. He says, cool, say no more. Everton beating Southampton, we mentioned it earlier. Big up Rafa Benitez and his guys. It's such a weird... You know what? It's not settled well in my mind. Rafa Benitez, I feel like it's the perfect manager for Everton. But it's the wrong face. Like it's the wrong guy for this job because of.
But do you know what? They look good on Saturday, man.
Do you think so?
I don't know. I just feel like
I think the goal woke them up.
Yeah, it woke them up because bro, like Goodison was bouncing. Obviously, yeah, they got smacked in the mouth, but I don't know, man.
I think Everton. I think Everton are aggressively okay. That's how I feel about them.
I think Rafa will make them solid, though.
Yeah,
I think they will actually challenge for the Europa League this season. I think.
And bearing in mind, the goal they conceded, like Michael Keane was taking a piss. He was doing Cruyff turns, gave the ball away. Like they look decent. They look decent defensively as well.
That defending was shocking, but that finish from Adam Armstrong again, like I said, right in the corner. I said, yeah, what a finish. Where else are we? Burnley losing 2-1 at home to Brighton. We can breeze right past that one. By the way, the VAR, yeah, we're liking that it's a bit more lenient, but Tarkowski, like, choke slammed Mopai. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but the fact you didn't catch on that, I was amazed. I was absolutely shocked.
That was very much like an American football, like, you know, when they block the quarterback.
It's a defensive tackle. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And of course, Newcastle 2, West Ham United 4. By the way, West Ham's kit this season, is it just me or the nostalgia, the feels of like, right in the ribs? Honestly,
speaking of nostalgia, Michael Antonio's now West Ham's leading Premier League goal scorer.
Yeah,
I think he's level, but yeah.
Oh, big up West Ham, man. Listen, Ben Rama, I'll tell you what, they're going to have a good one. With no Siggy or James, Everton will struggle to produce chances. Listen, we can't even. He will shut up the name. You can't even name him.
What Chris Benoit? Bro, they're playing, what's his name? Gray, number 10. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and it came from Leverkusen, which I found hilarious. But those are the results this week. Who's your team of the week? Brentford?
Absolutely not. You know who the team of the week is.
Manchester United is a very good shout. I think United, Brentford, West Ham. I think there's some good shouts out there.
Like, United were fantastic, but Brentford being the promoted team that won, they do have a great shout.
No, they do have a great shout. They're a close second, but
they played well.
Let's give it United. That's fine.
Yeah, are we going? You and I, TJ. Yeah, with them.
Yep.
Manchester United are the team of the week, man. The team of the player of the week. Player of the week.
Paul Pogba or Bruno Fernandes? Choose.
I'm gonna go Bruno Fernandes.
I'm gonna go neither.
Who are you going for?
It's got to be the man who won a trophy on Wednesday. It's got to be debut goal on Saturday. It's got to be Trevor Chalobah.
He was getting one of my awards. Not quite player of the week, but
yeah.
No,
I mean, I'll be happy if Paul Pogba takes it.
Nah, man. I think Bruno Fernandes was better than Paul Pogba on the day.
Do you know what? I actually feel like Pogba started the game quite slowly. Obviously, he missed that big chance as well. But, bro, the quality, the weight of pass, the vision, execution, the source, the flair. He was just having a great time, man.
He has those moments, Pogba, where he can pass a ball which defies physics. He has those moments where he sends the ball. I'm like, how's he done that? Do you know what I mean? But personally, I preferred Bruno because that second goal, like those.
Which one? No, the third one where he smacked into the roof, the half volley.
Oh, sorry, is that the third? Oh, shame.
Yeah, the second one was the one that the goal line technology came through.
Okay.
I thought those showed two different levels of quality because one showed supreme finishing, but then the one where the goal line technology one. The poise, the elegance, the composure. Because how many people did he take to Nando's? Take to see?
Four.
Goalkeeper included.
The thing about Bruno is the way he plays. You can see how much he wants to score, and with that goal, you're kind of just waiting for it to go in. But he's doing everything, all the technical stuff, and it was brilliant match.
I know what you're saying about that goal, AD, but for me it was the third one. But player of the week for me, Bruno Fernandes. Let's vote.
Bruno Fernandes.
Put
respect on his name.
Paul Pogba for me as well.
So it's a double header. We've got to find out in the comments, Oscar, who's got more votes.
Yeah,
Bruno
we have
Fernandes?
2 comments. One's Bruno, one's Pogba. We need no, somebody else to comment.
As in, it was a Tanganga.
Yeah, someone said Tanganga. Just to throw it in the mix.
Hey, Jafet with it, bro. On any other week, Jafet could have been in there.
Yeah, on any other week, he was immense.
Sure.
He was really good.
Yeah, man. Come on, comment below, bro. We need a winner on this one. We need a winner on this one.
Then whoever's the first commenter, we'll go with that.
First commenter between Pogba and Bruno Fernandes will win. Do you know what's annoying about Paul Pogba? Nabil's taking it.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad though.
What's that? Said
Who was the goal of the week?
There was so many sick goals.
Don't
get me wrong.
Lovely goals.
Don't get me wrong. For my personal vote, is Bruno Fernandes' third goal. Close second was Luke Aylin's. Like I was like, oh, okay, wow.
Very good ones. I thought there's a few contenders. Armstrong's one. I literally was applauding it when I saw it. That's a finish. And then also
Vardy, another smart finish as well.
Vardy's finish.
Guys, John McGinn's goal.
McGinn, to keep that down.
Technique, John.
Was it Fernandes for? Was it Hernandez? Whatever his name is.
Yeah, who they've had on loan bare times, and it was his debut. So you just think
work permit.
Work permit. Who else had a banging goal?
That Balogun goal, flipping it.
You're some idiot, you know that.
all he needed was 8 touches of the ball. That's all he needed all night.
Idiot, man. You're an idiot, blood.
What's that? Endo says Chalobah. Oh, Chalobah's goal was so aesthetically pleasing.
That's my vote because the aesthetics, like, because bro, like, bear in mind, like when you look at the context of it, Premier League debut, solid debut. He's got the confidence to take that shot on, and obviously when you look, obviously like his family life as well, and how much that goal meant to him.
See, I would agree with you, but that sounds more like player of the week. I'm talking about the goal itself.
No, for me, those factors add to the goal.
My vote is
no. I'm not saying what you call it, that he's not a shout on the player of the week. Like, it made sense, it was good, but to go against a hat-trick hero or 4 assists, I was like, that's not enough. That was just my point.
I don't think Trevor was goal of the week, but it was a brilliant goal for mention.
I'm going Bruno Fernandes' third goal.
I'm going Bruno Fernandes. The third goal. That half volley was fantastic.
It's ridiculous. It was insane. What's it called? Adrian's gone for Chalobah, yeah?
Yeah.
Oscar, what's yours?
It doesn't mean anything but Ayling for me.
Oh, so therefore, Bruno Fernandes wins the goal of the week.
It's a clean sweep. I was expecting a clean sweep.
Who is
Watford, brother? I don't remember what.
Hernandez.
I actually don't remember Watford won. I did watch a match of the day, but I can't remember it.
No, bro. If you saw that goal, you remember it.
There were so many goals in that game. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he bent it like he's sort of on the edge of the box, and he sort of bent it around. It was a fantastic goal.
It was like Salah's goal, wasn't it? Like Salah's goal was he just picked his spot. Everybody knew where he was going.
Yeah, Pete, you're gonna boss that in the comment. Do you wanna read it out?
You men know how much I love 3 p.m. kickoffs. So happy it's back. On Saturday, I was enjoying Final Score and Gillette Soccer Saturday. It feels most like Oscar's livid about it, but I don't know how. Like, I prefer watch a match of the day, and it's like I've not got any footage of this game whatsoever. I walked into that Everton game, I was like, "Hello, what's going on?"
How can every single country in the world be able to watch 3 p.m.s, but the country that it is in cannot watch? That is stupid.
I'll be honest. I'm with Peter. Don't get me wrong. Like, of course, like it would be better to watch the games live, but I definitely think the whole I guess surprise and the allure, like, it's a whole spectacle. 12:15, like, you're watching Gillette Soccer Saturday, 3 o'clock, you're keeping up with it, and then obviously match of the day,
man. You know
it's heritage, isn't it?
You get your games, you get 12:15, you get your 5:30 kickoff. You know what I mean? Breathe.
Hey, last season we were having a 12:30 game, a 3 p.m. game, a 5 o'clock game, the 7:15 Saturday night games, and then you'd have 3 games on a Sunday. I loved it. I was watching all of them.
But at what point did you stop watching? Because I know you wasn't watching Sheffield United versus Southampton.
Sometimes I do. Yeah, look, most times I do. Most times
I
I do.
was watching that if I wanted to have a quick nap.
What's that end that said, Oscar, how did it feel having Match of the Day back? I can't believe it comes on that late. Maybe I'm getting old or something, but...
You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. 9 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? 9 o'clock.
That's 9. You can put it on at 9. Why is it 10:20?
The game's
because of the news. The news has to come on.
No, the news is important, though.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world. Is that all? Any more?
No more.
Who's not that guy?
Who's not that guy this week, guys? Who is?
I'm going to leave that to you, Peter.
Yeah, Peter.
We had a good week. We had a good week.
Who is not that guy this week? There's been a few mares. I'm not going to lie. There has been a few mares this week, yeah. But I think purely for the fact that I don't know, man. Who's not that guy? This is a tough one. I totally forgot we have to do this because I totally forgot David couldn't make it because man's doing Premier League 2 for West Ham. Peak. That's a peak time. God, who's not that guy? Do you know what? Yeah, nah, he's not even that. Is he not that guy? No, I can't put him as that. There is somebody, but I don't think he's not that guy. What he did was actually quite banner. Was pretty good. We didn't talk about it. But man, like the president of Rwanda, did you see him?
Well, what's going on there?
You didn't see him tweet?
No.
You didn't
He
see
said, it was hilarious.
Kembe's tweet. Oh, you guys are hilarious. I'm trying to think who's not that guy this week, man. Who's not that guy?
I got mine, not that guy.
Okay. You go through while I think of mine.
Well, it's pretty very simple. This guy has an agenda on a certain Man United player and comes in, week out, unable to praise a guy when he does good football, but is so quick to point out the minuscule of things. And this week, he set an agenda out for the whole football world to see and heard live. It was heard live at what time? Was it at 4:15 p.m. His words uttered out. If you are £100 million player, I expect 4 assists. These are the rules, guys. Now, these are the rules. I don't make them, but I enact them. So for that case, Graham Souness, I'm not even gonna shout. You are not that guy.
That's gonna shout.
Graham Souness is definitely not that guy for that comment. But if we're running with this, can I expect 4 assists from Pogba next week?
He's not £100 million player. He's not £100 million player.
You know what? Gary Neville said something preposterous on the weekend.
Oh yeah, Neville's another one. Neville's
another one.
Neville said something preposterous on the weekend. However, I need to talk about a referee that took place at the Burnley-Brighton game.
No, don't get me wrong. No. What we saw was borderline ECW one night stands. I don't personally. I don't think it's not that guy worthy, but
you don't think so? Because I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find one.
Because if that's the case, a ref will go in every week, no?
Well, you'd think that Well, Neville said that we have the best referees in the world.
And what did Wenger say about that?
Is this why you never went to the World Cup in 2018? He rinsed that referee, whoever that was. He rinsed the crap out of him. I'm trying to find who that referee was. It's a joke thing. There he is. Okay. Let me just do my Googles real quick. But this referee, I mean, he had an absolute howler on the weekend. He was refereeing the Burnley versus Brighton game, which, by the way, was a lull of a match. Okay. And in the Burnley goal, when they took the lead, a ball was whipped into the penalty area. James Tarkowski thought he was taboo. He thought it was Rob Van Dam, okay, and literally gave man the Van Daminator on Mopai, okay. Mopai didn't have a bar of it. Later on, he went and scored the winner for Brighton to give them the 3 points. Which, by the way, in your fantasy, you should always, you see celebration. Is he still getting that Gendouzi now? Them ones, but later on. But anyway, it went to VAR. They went and had a look at this. They went and checked this. And people sat there, humbled themselves. Well, I don't know if they even did. But the decision, the decision that the referee had made was the correct decision. And so for that reason alone, David Coote from Nottingham Football Association, you're not that guy, bro. You are not that guy.
He's a sad man.
Sort it out. And by the way, I refuse to call Mikel Arteta his name because you know what I'm like when it comes to team players. Like you see, like Tony Marshall and players like of that ilk, David Moyes, when they're doing well. Listen, his name is now Michael Arthur. He's no longer getting the Spanish sauce, the seasoning. He shall not be named. If I am going to name him, Michael Arthur. That is his name from now on.
What about Hugo Boss? He looks like a Hugo Boss model.
Have you not seen that gif? You not seen that gif on Twitter of like Thierry Henry when he's playing for Arsenal and Arteta for Everton just walks past him.
Yeah.
He's in disgust. Oh,
that's circulated around.
Oh, who talked? Emmanuel Petit recently spoke, and he was like, Arsenal does not give me emotions. I was like,
That's you know when English is not your first language and you come out with comments like that, it's beautiful. They are beautiful comments.
He genuinely can't find a word to describe what he feels about Arsenal. He genuinely couldn't.
Man, Manu, huh? Double winner. Michael Arthur is his name from now on. I'm not having a bar of it. Torreira should have been it, but I peaked too early. I was meant to save it and hold it and leave Torreira for this segment, but I couldn't resist.
What's that England said? You're not that guy. David's segment. It's like Harry Neville saying Andy Slime and Martin Tyler. I agree. I think it needs to be done every week, but it is. We do know it's David.
It is David. I was doing more that's the one I did more so, if anything. Unbelievable. Anyway,
I think we've come to the end of our show.
Huh?
I think we've come to the end of the road, guys.
yeah, we have. I think we've come to the end.
Wi-Fi's Higgy.
Yeah, I know, right? But before we end the show, as we did say earlier, yeah, you're moving mad, Oscar. Anyways, before we end the show, we did say earlier we're going to talk about the fantasy. If you're not joining the Fantasy Football League, the links are down below. It's been an interesting start. So I've done the maths, and I'll keep doing the maths, right? So cool. I like to think of it like as a 20-man league. So I've done the additions, the divisions, the multiplications. So if you want to know how well you are doing, if you are from there's a team of 48 as I'm currently speaking. If you're first to 10th, you're Champions League. 10th to 15th, you're Europa League. 16, 17, you're Europa Conference. 24 up to 24 is the top half of the table. Below 24 is the bottom half of the table. And if you're in the bottom 7, you're in relegation standard. So that's how we are judging it. All right.
Listen, guys, I'm teetering.
It's an interesting start. Yeah. What?
Is there a prize for am I going to get a prize when I win?
Wow. I mean, whoever's first right now is Kojo. Kojo's Jollof Kings. He's got 105. But between first and I believe, between first and 28th, there's 30 points between it. So it is anyone's game as of right now in that top half table. In terms of the podcast, it is David that is first, followed by Adrian by 1 point. It's only by 1 point, and then it goes Oscar, myself, Peter, and then Remy at the bottom. So
Remy's not playing this year.
Remy is way down.
The gap between me and Adrian is hefty.
Mate, I had a howler this weekend. Salah dug me out of a grave. Let me tell you. Salah dug me out of a well.
I just think like you have to have both Bruno and Salah going into fantasy football.
Bruno, I just didn't have money for Salah. But even with Bruno, I did well.
Robbie, you know what you do? Robbie, what you do? You pick Bruno, you pick Salah, and you see, right, I've got £87 million left. What can I do with it? That's what you do.
No, 87? You have 17.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Adrian knew exactly how I made my team. I did Bruno, Salah, and Trent, and I said, the rest of you, man, pick yourselves.
Oh, mate.
Because I'm only I'm only with just Bruno by himself. By the way, I'm only 8 points behind Oscar. So if I put Salah in, I could have been quite high. But it's early days. I wanted 70. I wanted to be in 70 for day one, and I got my target. So we'll work our way up.
I feel like the quality of the leagues. You see how like I think 70 was a good week, and now low key I feel like 80 is now a decent week. You know?
Yeah, bro. I feel the same because I got 83, and I feel like last season was a good week, but now in all my leagues I'm not that high. So
guys, out of 48 teams, I got 64 points, right? And I'm 32nd with 64 points. Like 64 points in the game is like average. And I am 32nd out of 30 out of 48.
It's gonna be a long season, guys. It's gonna be a long season.
Howler. Man, who's at the bottom? We have to shame. We have to name and shame at the bottom.
Did you see Remy's team?
Dean had a mare, fam.
Big dog FC. You're not the big dog. I can say that.
His front three is a Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Cavani. That is a howler.
Now, in fairness, he did. I feel like he just picked guys he knows.
It is. Let me go, Remy. Remy,
you have the wild card now.
Do you know?
Yeah, you have to wild card now.
I think he picks up Bono because it reminded him of Bono's team.
You see, Remy. Yeah, that's how he selected it. You see, Remy, yeah, man of football acumen. He captained Jesus. Yeah, number one. That's a fat L. Number two.
He's looking for the striker. He's looking for the recognised striker. No, bro. Jesus plays for Man City. They said they haven't got a striker. What? Are you taking the piss?
And he wears the number 9.
He put Laporte in the team. I've been watching for
Bro, he's got Lingard in there. He had Lingard.
God.
And he had
You had who in the team? Sorry?
He who shall not be named.
You thought Busquets. Busquets have been starting 11 by Saturday.
Why is his captain? Why is his vice captain Nick Pope? Why is his vice captain Nick Pope?
I'm drawing people out right now. Yeah, Crazy Jay, Alex Harris, Young Fabinho, Remy, Dean, wildcard now. Wildcard tonight.
Before the prices go up.
I don't care.
Listen,
on Friday, you could have done wild cards.
Do you know what angers me in fantasy? When I see people think they're smart, yeah? Who's this guy? United Way. Who's that? Who's United Way? Kwasi, yeah? Kwasi J. What do you mean you've got Ndidi in your midfield? Ndidi's not going to get you no points. They're going to get you no points.
That's 3 points max.
Hey, but we have to think about it. The person who is at the top of our list is in the building.
Dang! Are you dumb, blood? Are you mad?
What are you saying, David, man?
Who got not that guy?
David Coote.
David Coote and Graham Souness. And Graham Souness.
Thank you. If you didn't give it to Graham, yeah, fam, you lot were about to get it, bro.
And by the way,
I mean, you can roll for again. You can roll for again if you want.
Nah, I'm all right.
The people missed you.
Yeah, they missed you today.
Wow, man, I had to do Premier League 2 game, man. I've just finished now, man.
Any new talent that we have to look out for?
Fam, Arsenal got piped, I think. I can't do it.
Oh, what? We were playing them?
Yeah, bruv.
Oh, damn, West Ham Arsenal. Oh, dear.
Yeah. We got smoked. I think we got smoked, but I can hear it over the radio.
Taylor Hart, the man there.
The coach is good to the younger players, bruv.
But yeah, David, you had a good week on fantasy, 4th place. You're top of the podcast table.
Fam, listen, you got to. I don't know some of you, man. Them are not thinking, guys. You get me?
Hey, what's it, David? We lost 6-1.
Hey,
Miguel Aziz scored a penalty in the 93rd minute. Oh dear,
fam, we got smacked up, boy, fam. Hey.
Yeah, David, I'm looking at your team. You did well, man.
Arteta's
did
well
well.
now. Like Arteta's points are seeping through to the youth.
The target choice, I was a bit, but other than that,
David, by the way, yeah, David, West Ham played, was it Lanzini and Yarmolenko? I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Nah, that's not right. That's not right, man.
I'm not having it.
Yeah, we can't. We'll take that L don't count, bro.
That L don't count.
That L don't count, bro.
Who's in the Arsenal team? I bet there was some strong youths in there as well. Some strong.
Bro, but like, how are you gonna have over 23s in the under 23 league, bro? That don't make sense.
Don't make no sense, bro. Don't make no sense.
but yeah.
Right.
So what we're gonna? I need to figure out who to take out for week 2 because I need to put Big Rom in there because there's no way out. I'm not putting in Big Rom. He's coming in.
Guys,
He's going in.
Listen, you must have 3 Chelsea players in your fantasy team this weekend. You must have 3.
And Man City.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Who's
definitely
Man
Man
City,
City, bro.
Who's City
No,
players?
Norwich at home, fam.
Oh,
And
Liverpool as well. They got Burnley at home, bro.
Listen, I've got Mane there. I've got Mane there for the first couple of weeks.
Mo Salah is going to be on the captain spree, cunts.
Mo Salah.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's going to be a bumper week. Of course, get your teams in, and we'll be back next week.
and if you haven't joined, the link is below. We welcome everyone.
Join the Top 4 Fantasy Football League because we're going to laugh. Let me tell you.
It is Rams this season, bro. Let's go, fam.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Let's see who knows about their football and that, bro. Who's about that life?
Bro, we stuck it on Remy and frigging teams. Their teams are atrocious. And Kwasi had to pull out Kwasi quick time, bro. But yes.
I don't think Lola's not in the team, innit? Lola, do you play fantasy or no?
Lola, where you at, fam? You can't be talking all that grief, bruv, and you're not in there. Nah. You can come on.
She wanna play fantasy.
We Top 4 podcast. We don't discriminate, fam. You're all welcome, fam.
Anyone can get these hands.
I said anyone, bro. Anyone can get these hands.
Man, do you know what might be a concept? Might be like a, I don't know, it depends on people's lifestyles, but like maybe like a Friday night fantasy preview kind of.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I mean, if you want to run that, we can run a new show.
I don't know, bro.
We can run it. We can run a new show. By the way, then join in. Get in.
Join. I need to check this.
I need to see.
Wow. Guys, 88.
Oh, she got 88, bro. Let's go. Where you up, fam? Where you up, huh?
Would have her 10th in the league. So Robin, is that champion?
No. She'll be 11th. She'll be joint 11th. She'll be Europa League. Just.
Why is there no Prem?
No, because people are joint 9th. If it goes 999, and then the next part is when it says the start of 11th, that is 11th space.
3 9s.
Yeah. So.
SW6 says David's that Stone Cold.
Oh, one more thing though. The best name that I saw in this league, When Deary Me, I laughed for a good 30 minutes.
When Deary Me is
I laughed.
There's a couple good ones.
Ian Carter, that's nice.
Shaw's Rank Redemption.
Yeah.
Shaw rank. Yeah, like that.
Sam Lewis is Lalana's in pajamas.
Yeah, not bad, Sam. Not bad.
But I expect that from Sam. He's very punny. He's a very punny guy.
PK Blinders.
Nah, no, but listen, Nathan Beckford is a bad mind, bro.
Jack Grealish's team.
That's a lack of threat. No, he's bad mind. Lack of threat, you know.
Oh, mate.
You lot played the thing. Kepa clean sheet.
Earth, Wind and Maguire.
Earth, Wind and Maguire is good.
Yeah,
Fix up, Lee Sharp.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That guy's old.
Listen. You can't do that. I like it.
More Salah, more problems. I like that. I mean, also more money, more problems. I like that.
Yeah, more money, more problems. There's some good ones. Man. There's some good ones. Oh my days. All right, people. let's wrap up this week's Top 4 podcast. We'll be back next Monday, 8 p.m., where we'll be talking all things football, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, people, at Top 4 Podcast, on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the iTunes, on SoundCloud, on Spotify, and on the YouTubes. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button on the video as well, please. That will really help the algorithms. With that said, people,
Yeah,
peace.